early in the morning.
Wakey, wakey, eggs and bacon.
And UFC Breakfast with Corey Cotter and Sam Zayden. Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. UK. And UFC Talk Radio, the voice of the Toon Army.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the breakfast show here on NUFC Talk TV. Is that Semi I see in the video from the start, or what?
Mate, that's what I looked at, and I'm thinking, mate, I'm here from the start. Well done, Cos. G'day, guys.
Mate,
good morning.
There's a few technical geniuses out there in the world, and you can name my name among those technical geniuses because I've added Semi to the show from the start. So that is a very, very big thing for me. We're moving up in the world, but we apologize for yesterday morning. Between me and Semi, probably 80% me, we're very, very useless. We might miss out on the show occasionally.
90%.
Yeah, maybe 95% me. So don't blame Semi boy. It's usually my fault. But guys, we do apologize for missing the morning show yesterday. We did see your messages. We appreciate all the love. But do not fear. We are here this morning with a jammed-packed show. We're going to focus a little bit. Obviously, the international break, no one likes it. It absolutely sucks. It's like work on a Monday. No one wants to do it. But we will speak about it. We've got some interesting things to speak about. We'll do a little bit of a run-through for today's show. So I wanted to speak about a few of the boys from the Toon going away on international duty. We're going to speak about a few of the players who unfortunately missed out on international duty, who usually go away. We're going to get into the World Cup 2026. Obviously, big news as St. James's Park has been confirmed to host a round of 16 in the 2028 Euros. So big thing for Newcastle. Obviously, a 20,000 fan zone is going to be built somewhere in the Toon. I don't think it's been announced exactly where, but massive things for Newcastle coming. Then we'll speak about Harrison Ashby, obviously coming back from injury. We haven't seen him feature yet, so it will be interesting to speak about Harrison. And then we've got a few other things, obviously, at the end of the show. But how are you, Semi boy? How was your day today? How you feeling, mate?
Mate, I've had a big day, to be honest with you. I just got home like 5 minutes ago, so just made it in time for the show. Had myself some Maccas. And so I was it's been a chaotic day, mate.
What do they call it over in England? It's Mackies or something, isn't it? McDonald's over in the UK.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Let us know what you guys call McDonald's over in the UK. We call it Maccas, but I'm pretty sure you guys call it Mackies or something. You know, you have to be a bit different. But Sam, a big fatty, he loves his bloody fast food. We used to work with each other back in the day.
It's not that I love it. It's just I have to sometimes just eat it.
This guy's like a garbage disposal bin for fast food. When we used to work together, we'd go through a drive-through. This bloke would go through about 3 burgers, a large chips, a bloody milkshake on the side, a soft serve. He absolutely froths it. But guys, let us know how we're all feeling in the chat. It is very good to be back. But Semi boy, international duty. England playing today, I assume, over in the UK. It is tomorrow for us here in Australia. But they do come up against the mighty Serbia. Should be a pretty comfortable win, Semi, don't you think, for England?
It should be a comfortable win, definitely. I mean, they have been performing. I don't think they've had a bad game of the two, sure, either, from memory.
I think it started off a little bit shaky, but they've definitely come into form as of late.
Yeah.
Recent results for England include a 5-0 win over Latvia in their last game. Gordon obviously scoring the first goal in that game. So big up to Gordon, even though I don't think we'll be seeing him play for the Three Lions for a while. And then before that game, England won 3-0 over Wales. The last 4 games, they've gotten 4 wins. And they did versus Serbia 3 games ago, which did end up in a 5-0 win for England. So if that is anything of a sign to come, it should be.
Where's the game at? Is it in England or Serbia?
It is in England. It's at Wembley tomorrow. So
home advantage
for the Three Lions. Probably see Anderson feature tomorrow, I would imagine, in the game. So it'll be interesting to see how Anderson fares. Obviously, a lot of speculation around Anderson at the moment.
Yeah, coming back, yeah.
Is there a chance he can come back to the Toon as Man United do lurk in the background trying to get his signature?
I think Nottingham won 120 million pounds for him. I mean, come on, guys. Not for Anderson.
100%. Well, just with the bloody transfers these days, man, like 120 these days sounds bloody reasonable, which is absolutely ridiculous.
Insane.
But yeah, look, I could probably justify a 70 mil tag, but if you get into 120 mil, you know, kind of, I think, pushes us out of the equation. But I don't think even Man United would be willing to spend 120 million on Anderson.
Look, if it's got to do with the midfield, I think they'll spend that money.
Well,
the midfield's horrible.
They spend bloody reckless. But do you think Dan Burn features tomorrow for England, Semi Boy?
He probably does, unless it's a centre back role. He's definitely not gonna play left back.
Yeah, it'll be interesting because I think Konsa, John Stones are all in the squad. You'd probably
look, it'll be interesting. Look, if he's going to feature, he'll feature in this one. I just don't see him featuring in the World Cup at all or anything like that. I mean, they'll always go for their strongest 11. So, and I don't think Dan Burn is a part of that strongest 11.
Yeah, no, I don't think we'll see him feature tomorrow. But it will be good if he does get another cap under his belt. So I would like to see Burn playing tomorrow, just so us fans have a little bit into the game, obviously, who aren't from England. But yeah, obviously me and Semi both thinking that England should comfortably win that game against Serbia. Let us know what you guys think about the match in the comments. But we will get into a few of our own players going away on international break. But before we do that, we'll get to the lovely, lovely people in the chat because we did miss you yesterday. So to start off the show, Darren, a regular on the breakfast show. Good day, mate. I hope you're well.
G'day, Darren. How are you, mate?
Darren says, top of the morning to you and evening, folks, to the ones down under. Welcome, Darren, mate. Good to see you.
Thanks, mate.
The one, the only, the mighty Win is here on the breakfast show. That is always a sight for sore eyes. Win says, morning all, welcome to the sunny sounds of the anthropods. Mate, you can't be busting out these big words, mate, when me and Semi are in control of the stream.
Mate, definitely not.
I don't have a dictionary next to me, so if someone can tell me what the hell an antipode is, that'd be much appreciated because that sounds like a bloody character from Star Wars.
You and I both.
So someone please elaborate what Win just called us because I don't like the sounds of an end.
Win, I'm gonna get Corey to send you a bloody link and just jump on, mate. What do you reckon? Maybe he can explain.
Michael Little says, evening, Corey, Seb, and morning to all. A very warm welcome to you, Michael.
How you going, guys?
And then Craig, morning to the viewers in the UK and evening to you guys. Looking forward to another great show. Absolute top man, Craig. Guys, I forgot to mention at the start of the show, but if you could please like the video. It goes such a long way in helping the channel and the boys here on the breakfast show. And if you could subscribe if you are already not, that would mean the world to us here at NUFC Talk TV. But let's get into it, Semi. We've got some boys from the Toon on international duty. Obviously, we spoke about Dan Burn getting the call up. We were meant to have 3 players going away on international duty, but unfortunately, due to injury, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, because there's multiple ways you can. So Anthony Gordon obviously ruled out with that hip injury that he's been dealing with for quite a while now. And unfortunately, I think the biggest miss for me, I would have liked to see him Pope just get his chance in the camp. I think he really deserves it. He's been a little shaky as of very recent, but to start off the season, he has been unreal for us. So unfortunate for those 2 lads, they don't get to feature, but we do get to see big Dan Burn feature, mate. Hopefully, it might be off the bench, might be starting. I'm sure Win will be very, very interested in that.
Oh, definitely.
And then
didn't Gordon pick up his actual hip injury last time out?
Why,
or was it? Or was it to the end of last season?
I don't know. The first I heard about it, I think it was before the West Ham game. So I'm not 100% sure. You could be right, but I think I heard,
Because I
rumors
remember
about it
him
going.
picking up an injury during England duty.
Yeah, it'll be interesting because obviously the knock was addressed before the West Ham game. He started that game, obviously got hooked at half time. And then the next disastrous game, which I do not even want to talk about, he
Let's
obviously
just not
gets
talk
subbed
about it.
off. I don't even, I don't even, yeah.
It doesn't even
PTSD
deserve a mention.
inducing that game, bloody PTSD inducing. But obviously he got cooked before the halftime whistle with that hip injury. So he was playing with that for a while and aggravated it quite a bit. Will be interesting to see if Gordon told Eddie about this hip injury going into those two games, because obviously he had the England camp coming up. So I don't think he would have wanted to be injured for that, or did he just say, I'll play through it? But nevertheless, those two lads do miss out on international duty. And then we
Like, it's
got the
actually very
two.
interesting if he did know about it and he still played him, and maybe Gordon would have said that he is 100% to play. Because I don't think Eddie would choose him if he wasn't 100% to play.
Yeah, 100%, especially when you had Barnes and everyone else available.
Like, don't get me wrong.
available.
Like, I mean, he hasn't been performing, but still, in a way, you still want your best players to be on the park because Gordon is our best left winger. So that form, once it hits, it will. I mean, he will go back to the way he was whenever he first came to Newcastle. But still, in saying that, I mean, that hip injury, we don't even know how long he's out for.
Yeah,
I mean, have you heard
100%.
anything about how long he's out for?
No, all I've heard is that I don't think it's too serious, but look, I definitely
We've
hope
heard
he
that
gets
before,
seen.
and it becomes an 8-week injury.
Yeah, like that. I have to look a little bit more into it, but I don't think he will be featuring in the City game from what I've heard. Even if he was fit, I don't know if he would bloody be starting
starts.
that game anyway. Yeah, so I don't think that would have impacted too much. But I'll ask you, Sammy, what you think about it, because do you think it would have been a good thing for Gordon to go away for England, just being around new surroundings, maybe playing himself into a bit of form? We see how he performs in the Champions League. Obviously, coming up a team like Serbia, they're still a quality side, but definitely not of the quality of the sort of sides he's facing in the Premier League. So could have that been a good opportunity to play himself
Look,
into
to
a
be
bit
honest
of
with you,
form?
if that was the case, I mean, they would have done it last international break because they all had a good international break the last time
Yeah.
around. But they came back to Newcastle and still no one was performing. I think they need to perform as a team before everyone gets back and into form. So I don't know. I don't think it would have done much, to be honest.
Yeah, so you don't think that so you're probably happy that he's maybe missing out on this camp, or not happy, but
It
you
gives
think
them a
it will
bit
be
of rest. Yeah,
beneficial?
definitely.
Yeah, 100%. Especially when we've got such a jam-packed season, a bit of rest is definitely not a bad thing. It's probably a beneficial
100%.
thing. But look, the only other side to that is, like I said, Gordon plays himself into form when he's not in the Premier League. So International Champions League, it could have been a chance for him to gain a bit of confidence. But look, unfortunately, we're not going to see that anyway. So that's it for the England lads on international duty. And then we've got the two that I am the most excited about, obviously, as a non-English fan. And that is the two German boys, the two Dons, the two goats, Nick Watermate and Malik Thiaw. Both get, you'd assume both of them would probably be starting for Germany coming up in these international breaks, Sammy boy.
I agree. I mean, they've both been playing really well. Voldemari will most likely start. I'm just not sure about Chow because I'm not 100% sure who was in front of him and who they were choosing before they actually chose him.
Well, before that, it was Schutterbeck from Borussia Dortmund, and I think it was Jonathan Tah, if I'm not mistaken, from Bayern Munich. So look,
Okay.
two
Well,
very, very good
decent centre backs.
halves. Yeah, very similar to the Dutch national team for Botman. There is lots and lots of competition for that centre back position. Because even I'm just trying to think who would be in front of him. Probably, I think the
I
only
think Van der
person who,
Ven, and then you've got Virgil van Dijk.
yeah, but just in terms of Germany, I'm talking. I think
Oh, German. No, I think Chow would be third choice, you'd think.
Yeah, because I think on the bench before that, they did have Robin Kosh. I think the old Leeds defender was on the bench, obviously playing for Frankfurt now. So you'd probably assume that Malik Tiao would be starting this game. You'd probably see him alongside Jonathan Tah or Shutterblock. But look,
if anything, he does deserve to be there. I mean, he's had an amazing season. He's probably our brightest light right now.
100%. Yeah, I think form dictates that he should start this game. But look, they've got quality in those positions. But if you're going off form, then again, Jonathan Tah for Bayern Munich have been absolutely unreal. So, look, if you're going off form, he's also a good shout. And then Shutterblock as well. Dortmund have been very, very good recently. Obviously, they got thrashed by Manchester City, but
I mean, it's Manchester City.
It's Manchester City, and they're coming into some very good form at the moment. So for me, I think it will be Tiao alongside Jonathan Tah. And then for the striker position, Germany are absolutely knackered after Walter Mate. I can't even think of the other German strikers, to be honest. Maybe
they don't have much going on for them.
Yeah, no, they've struggled of recent years, Germany, with a number 9. I think we probably haven't seen since Closer, really. I can't remember another German number 9 who's really held down that spot as of late. So
I think they used to throw up Muller there as well, didn't they?
Yeah, they'd play that bloody false 9 nonsense.
Yeah,
so,
but it worked for them. I mean, they won a World Cup that way, so
100%. Yeah, but Closer, what a bloody striker he was for a while. So I do think that, if Walter Mate keeps the way that he's going, I do not see why he won't be the starting number 9 for the German national team for many, many years to come.
Well, he has been actually starting, so I do expect him to start. It's just Malik Chow. I'm not sure if he will start.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident that the both of them will start. I think Walter Mate is bloody nailed on for a start, unless Bayer starts also from Dortmund. So it will be interesting, but they come up. Oh, it's actually Shutterblock is injured for this game. He's doubtful. So I think we will see Jonathan Tah and Tiao, and they do come up against Luxembourg. So I'm praying that Big Nick gets a few goals away on international break. No bloody injuries. Touch wood, punch wood, do whatever you got to do, guys. Everyone find a bit of wood because we do not need a bloody injury to that guy.
Especially to a striker.
Oh, mate, that's nightmare fuel if that happens. Absolute sleep paralysis fuel. So that's the 2 German lads going away for international break, the ones that I am most looking forward towards. And then the other Newcastle boys going away, we've obviously got Bruno Guimaraes for Brazil. Do you think he starts semi? At the moment, Brazil seem to be playing bloody Casemiro, the pensioner, still in most international games. So it'll be interesting to see if Bruno starts this game.
Bruno has been starting for him, though.
He has been starting alongside Casemiro.
Yeah. They have been starting. I mean, even their midfield options, I don't think they're that good.
Yeah,
I mean, like, Bruno should be there. No, they don't.
A lot of depth. They've got quality, but they just don't have a lot of depth, sorry.
Yeah, they just tend to create a lot of left wingers, right wingers, and strikers.
Yeah, well, they lost against Japan, actually, in their latest game. In their last game, they lost 3-2 to Japan. Obviously, Bruno starting that game, coming off around the 60th minute mark. For me, this is a little bit different to the German lads. I'm not too sure how I feel about Bruno starting this game. Obviously, he's been dealing with sickness, illness, a few little knocks as of late. So I am a little bit concerned more so for Bruno starting this game. What do you think, Sammy? Is it a bit of a risk?
Well, look, the
good
thing is right now is that they've already qualified for the World Cup. So they're not... Ancelotti, what he might do is maybe test different theories, put different players in there, give them their caps, but he'll obviously he's going to choose Bruno and maybe get him off the bench if they need him or something like that. But the good thing for us is that they've already qualified.
Yeah. Yeah, well, the 2 games coming up for Brazil are obviously both friendlies. They come up against Senegal on Saturday, I believe it is, in the UK, and then Tunisia in another friendly. But interesting enough, Casemiro is listed as doubtful for that game, so you would probably imagine Bruno would be
start.
playing. Yeah, Bruno would be playing a fair few minutes. Obviously, they've got Joelinton as well, but he hasn't made this squad due to that knock. So besides that, I'm not too sure who else I would even bring into midfield. They've got Gomez and Andre. I think both former Wolves players, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, both current Wolves players. Bloody 2 international Brazilians at Wolves, and they're where they are. That's crazy.
I think that's the problem.
Far out.
Mate, I'm telling you, they don't tend to create very good midfielders. Like, it's been a while since they've had a very good midfielder.
Brazil?
Yeah, it's been a while. Like,
Yeah, well, Casemiro is obviously probably the best they've done in recent years, but
in recent years, exactly, yeah. Like, they've had Oscar, they've had who used to play for Chelsea? Is it Ramirez?
pardon?
The one that used to play for Chelsea. What was his name?
I think it was Ramirez, wasn't it?
Ramirez, wasn't it? Yeah, like him. He wasn't too bad, but they haven't really created much lately. They always create attackers. I mean, they're always going to create attackers.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, Bruno obviously dealing with a few little knocks and illnesses of late, but I do think we will see him feature for Brazil. We will get to a few of the comments because they're flooding in as per usual, but and then we'll get to a few of the other lads going away. So back on the English McDonald's, apparently it's Mackie D's. I think I might like that more than Macca's. You want to go down the bloody
Macca's, mate. Macca's.
Macca's is iconic. Macca's is iconic,
Yeah,
but Mackie D's is a bloody good second. Darren Lee says McDonald's like mini D's in the UK. I'm not 100% sure what that means. And then Darren also says, you mean tonight for the England game? Can't get used to you guys saying tomorrow. I think I did say that, to be completely fair, guys. But you've got to bear with me. I am proper brain dead, very, very stupid. So for me to try and adjust to a time zone, you've literally only got to take away 11 hours or whatever it is, but my brain cannot compute. I'm just very, very slow, guys. So
there is a new host position up for grabs, guys. So
if anyone with half a brain cell and a computer wants to do a bit of punditry work, then bloody you can take me and send me spot, because we are hopeless, lads. We are hopeless. And then a question here from Darren Lee. Do you think if Howe fails to turn things around in the next 5 games, will Howe be in charge by Christmas? By the next 5 games? It really depends, like, how bad those next 5 games go for me. I think, look, if we lose 3 of the next 5, then it, probably might be time to start weighing that up for me. But I don't know, Sammy boy. Like, you look at our next 5 fixtures, we've got Manchester City, we've got Marseille, Everton, Tottenham, and Burnley. Not easy games at all. Very, very hard fixtures, to be honest. Even Everton at the moment, they're a bloody hard side at their new stadium, so that doesn't help at all. Away form, we don't need to get into that. So, Sam, looking at it, out of the next 5 games, if we lost 3 of those games, won the other 2, how would you feel about Eddie at the moment?
It depends the way we play. If I see improvement, like, look, you got City coming up. City right now are absolutely flying. Like, am I expecting a loss? Yes. Do I think we can win? Yes. I just don't know. I don't know what Newcastle is going to turn up at the moment. But you know what City you're going to get. They always come out and they play football.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. And then Marseille away. I mean, look, Marseille is a tough trip. It's not an easy trip to go, especially Champions League. After a City game, I don't know how we're going to turn up to that one. But Everton away, I mean, look, we should be winning that. And then you had Tottenham at home, which is we've already versed them this season, and we made 8 changes, and we were all over them all game. So we should be beating them as well. And Burnley away, like, surely. Or was it at home?
No, Burnley is at home.
At home. Like, you shouldn't be losing to Burnley at home.
Yeah, look, we'll go through those games now. So obviously, I think the both of us here, Semi, I'll probably say a draw for the Manchester City game, and I will be happy with that. I don't care what anyone says. I know it's a must-win
Oh,
game,
100%.
but I don't care even if it's at home either. Manchester City at the moment are bloody flying. So
Look, see, that's the
look,
thing. If we could nick a win against City, I think that is our changing point because we have not beaten a big side yet. So if we can go out and beat a
yeah.
big side, it will give us all the confidence in the world. And I reckon from there they kick on. But if we lose to City again, I don't know, man. It's going to be a bit of a tough one
Yeah,
to be
well,
honest.
Manchester City have scored 13 goals in their last 4 games, and they do not look like they're stopping at the moment. I think for us, the biggest thing in that game is the midfield for us. We've seen how Manchester City pounce on teams who do lazy passes, poor passes. They'll intercept, they'll counter, and they will punish you. What's the one thing that we can't do at the moment? Passing.
He's
What's the
past
other
the
thing we
ball.
can't do at the moment? Winning
Score a
the football.
goal.
So it's like
Like they've
every
scored 13 goals. I think we've conceded 13 goals in our last 4 games.
You can see it's 6 against bloody poor London side. So
You know what I
look,
mean?
yeah, I'm bloody. If I'm being realistic, I think it's probably. I'm going to say a draw. I'm going to have a bit of optimism. I'm going to have a bit of faith in the lads. I'm going to say we're getting a point against Manchester City. So 1 point for the first game. Let's do a hypothetical. So we've got 1 point from the first game, and then we go away to Marseille in the Champions League. Obviously, they've got 6 players out. Most of them feature in the first team pretty regularly. So look, we're coming up against them at a pretty good time. Their form is very inconsistent. It's similar to ours. Their recent game, they won 3-0 against Brest. They lost the previous game 1-0 against Atalanta. The game before that was a win. The game before that was a draw. And then the game before that was a loss. So look, we're twins in terms of inconsistency. So that game could be an absolute bloody kerfuffle. Look, both of us
It
have
really
no
could.
consistency. You don't know what you're going to get from either side. But for me, I'm going to have faith in the lads. I'm saying we're getting the 3 points away in France. Semi, what do you think?
Look, I think we should. Look, I don't think we should be losing that game. So I'd be happy with a draw. But if we get the win, mate, you're laughing.
100%. So I think we're going to both go a win for that game. So that takes us to 4 points on our hypothetical run of games. And then the game after that, we do go to the Hill Dickinson Stadium in Liverpool to face a pretty decent Everton side. Best Everton side that I've seen in a bloody few years anyway. They've been pretty dreadful for the past few years. Look, their form hasn't been great. Out of the last 4, they've lost 2 and draw 1. So yeah, that's a tricky game for me. And
It is a tricky game, yeah, of course. No game's an easy game.
yeah,
But like on form, we're probably going to lose that game unless we're just seeing how click into gear and change it all up. But really, we should be winning that game.
so just to ask you a question, just to answer your question there, Darren, mate, if we can get 6 points out of the next 9, I'd be pretty happy with that. Anything lower than that, then I think it has to be criticism for Eddie, and I think his job is under serious scrutiny. But look, we've got a lot of things to get through this show, and we'll try not to get too bogged down on the whole Eddie Howe out thing. But good question, Darren. We do appreciate it. And then we go to Paul asking a question about Anderson here. He says, what do you guys think our chances are getting Elliot Anderson back and actually play him in his proper position? Morning, Aussie Mags, by the way. Look, for me, I think the chances of getting Anderson back, if I'm being realistic, I think they're very low. Probably the same chances of me passing one of my exams in university, about a 5% chance currently. I just think the price tag that they're asking for, they're going to push us out of the water. Look, 120 million has been the price tag that I've seen for many months. And, we know how much of a hard ass Marinakis is. I don't think he is going to differ from that price tag. whatsoever. And especially when you've got a team like Manchester United lurking in the background with the funds that they have. I don't think so. To answer the second part of your question, do I think would play him in his proper position? 100%. I think if he comes to the Toon, we see a midfield three of him, Bruno, and the Tonali. And mate, that is unreal midfield three. So for me, that's like, it'd be an unreal signing. I'd absolutely love to see him back at the Toon playing alongside those two lads. But I think the price tag, man, it takes us out of it.
Look, I'd love to sign him again. I mean, like, he is a Geordie, so if there is a place he would love to go back to is Newcastle. Look, and the good thing for us is that we both helped out each other when it came to the PSR and the financial fair play. So there could be a good relationship, and then we could come up with a compromise for a decent amount, you know. But personally, I think we should go for somebody else.
Yeah. No,
That's me personally. Look, we've already let him go. He's gone. He's killed it. He's killing it at Nottingham Forest. But you never go back to a player you saw. That's it. You just let it go. You move on. You try and find somebody better. That's it. That's my opinion anyway.
It's like going back to your ex-girlfriend, mate. It's never a good idea. But in this instance, Anderson is like the bloody hottest girlfriend that you've ever had, and she's left you for a bricklayer in Salford in Nottingham Forest. So there's always a chance we can get him back, but she's asking
of
for
course
a bit
there
of
was
money
a chance.
these days. She's asking for a bit of money these days. But look, I would bloody love to see it. I would. Guys, we will get back into the comments soon, but I would like to just wrap up all of the lads going away on international duty because we've got a few interesting ones. I think we've got to keep our eyes out. So we've obviously covered Bruno going away with Brazil, the two German Magnificos, and then big BDB going away with England. But we do have some other boys going away on international duty. And one of those is a player who's come under pretty heavy criticism, and I think that criticism is warranted. Anthony counter-attack Elenga going away with Sweden. Guys, Sweden's form is absolutely atrocious. They are in the bin. They are rubbish at the moment. They sit bottom of their group. I think it's on 1 point or something like that. It is shocking. I think Elenga plays these games, and I think it is bloody crucial that he comes into some sort of form here because look, man, we've spent a big price tag on him. And he needs to find some form somewhere because it's obviously not coming at the Toon. What do you think?
It's actually insane, like where they actually sit. I mean, their team is actually very, very good. For them to be where they are it's actually so funny. But it's still insane that, I mean, Elenga has been woeful, hasn't he?
No, he's been shocking. He's been absolutely shocking. He didn't start the last game against Kosovo or however the bloody hell you say that team. I struggled with that last week. I will struggle with it with the rest of my life. How do you say that name, lads? Kosovo? Anyway, let's not get too bogged down on that. But Elenga didn't start that game. They had Goodmanson starting over him from Leeds and Alexander Bertenhaus, who plays in the second division of Germany. So they're the sort of players who are starting in front of Elenga for the national team. Look, I think he probably starts this game. And I think he needs to play himself into a bit of form, man, because obviously, like I said before, he's not finding any form with us. So hopefully he can score a few goals against Switzerland, but that's a tough game, man. Even that Switzerland game. Switzerland haven't lost a game in their last 5.
Switzerland are a very strong side. Is Fabian Schär in that squad or what?
Let me have a look. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think he's...
Yeah, okay. I think he's... he retired from there, didn't he? I think he retired from international duty. He did.
Yeah.
He did. He retired from international duty. But even then, like, Switzerland are a very strong side as well. They actually play as a team. They know how to pass the ball. Yeah, so... No, they're pretty decent in Switzerland.
If Sweden weren't in the bin enough, you know what they went and done? So Sweden, they're in the bin. They're sitting bottom of their group. The World Cup is not looking like a possibility for Sweden. And you know what their association thought? Let's get Graham Potter in to save the day. Let's get Graham Potter into the Swedish national team to save the day because his track record as of late has been absolutely incredible. So, look, guys, Sweden is in the bin and it's
They
looking
tried
like
to
a
find
tough
somebody on the
game for
same
Wenger.
form as them. And they found it. Hey, you know what? I think they found a split image of it.
You know what's weird, but he speaks bloody fluent Swedish. Graham Potter.
Graham Potter?
Yeah, I think he managed
Seriously?
over there I think he managed over there for a few years, but look, it's probably not the bloody bloke you want to see coming in charge when you're in that sort of form. Not at all. So yeah, look, a big game for Anthony Alenga coming up against Switzerland. And then we've got Sandro Tonali for Italy. They've got two massive fixtures coming up against Norway and Moldova. Probably going to see Tonali feature heavily in both of these games. Will be very interesting to see how he goes. Obviously, a lot of speculation as of late with his comments about his future. And look, the form that we're in at the moment, those comments probably get exacerbated. I'm busting out the big words here on the breakfast show, guys. Don't need no
This is all for
dictionary.
the mighty win.
Yeah, when I'm getting out the big words for you, mate. No dictionary next to me or nothing. Straight from the dome, mate. Straight from the dome. But a big game for Tonali coming up, and probably one that I will watch. Always love watching the Italians play. They're bloody feisty.
Yeah, like, you know what? I think there'll be a good fixture, man, between them and Norway. I think it'll be a very good fixture.
Yeah, well,
It'll be interesting to see how they go.
Moldova is first game up. They sit bottom of the table, very similar to Sweden in the other group. But if we have a little bit of a closer look at Italy's group, they've got Norway, Italy, Israel, Estonia, and Moldova. Norway leads the group on 18 points, with Italy close behind them on 15. And then Israel in third on 9 points. So it's probably a must-win game for Italy just to be a little bit more comfortable trying to get automatic qualification. So
I don't even know how they're still in there, Israel.
They're playing well at
Like,
the moment, to be honest.
Yeah, the funny part is I'm saying that. I'm talking about like how they kicked out Russia. I mean, like, if you're going to kick out Russia, you can't keep Israel there. Honestly.
Us two bloody idiots don't know nothing about politics, so we'll bloody fast forward to the next segment of the show so we don't get locked down in there. But look, guys, that concludes all of the first teamers going away on international duty. Obviously, we got Lewis Miley and Lewis Hall going away with the under-21s. We have Mohamed Wadani going away with Libya. Alex Murphy going away with Ireland, the Republic of Ireland. So look, guys, that caps up all of the lads going on international break from the Toon. We'll make sure to keep a close eye on those. And hopefully we see a masterclass by a few of the lads. But we will get back to a few of the comments before we have a look at some of the lads who unfortunately missed out on international duty, not due to injury, just they weren't selected. So we'll get into that soon. But Darren Lee says, Anderson coming back is not going to happen, with Forrest wanting between 100 to 120 million for his services and Manua leading the chase now. Yeah, look, very similar to what we said, Darren. And then we've got a little bit of a weird one here. We've got a Liverpool fan, by the looks of it, joining the chat today. Look, mate, a warm welcome to you as well. It's not just Geordies on here. We have people from all different clubs. So very surprising to see a Liverpool person here. Thank you very much for the Isaac transfer fee, mate. We will never forget what you've done for our club. Thank you for getting the rat out of the Toon. And we do apologise for him stinking up Anfield. There is no refund policy on that, unfortunately. So if you're here for a refund for Isaac, I'm sorry, mate, but we cannot give you one. And then we have 2 Coin of Phrase, mate. Welcome back to the show. He says, yes, Eddie said he had been nursing his hip for a while. It has troubled him for some time, I believe he said. So obviously that is on Gordon's hip injury, which I think we all sort of had that idea. But
Mate, I reckon that's a good. Just go to a chiropractor, mate. I'm sure they'll fix him right up.
Yeah, mate. Just get one of those ladies to jump on your back, do a full walk up and down, mate. You'll be good as a new.
Thai massage. Yep, let it out.
Paul Wright says, pay the 100 million as a Joelinton replacement. Mate, I don't think there would be many better upgrades than that in bloody world football. But like I said, I just don't see the club spending 100 million on a player that we sold for, what was it, 30 million?
No, not to Anderson, no way. But I can see the club spending 100 million on somebody that will definitely take us forward. Elliot Anderson, I think, look, as much as I'd like him back, but we could go for better midfielders. We need a number 10, and that's what we need. Go out there, spend big money on a number 10.
Yeah, very interesting. I think if you did get a player like Anderson, you could probably play one of the other lads a little bit further forward. I think Bruno would probably make a somewhat decent number 10, very, very creative. If he had that license with two people behind him, I think he could play that position. But
Bruno, of course, I get it, yeah. But no, I'm happy with where Bruno is now as well.
Yeah.
Just get me a number 10, for the love of God.
Yeah, guys, I think, we'll definitely welcome the Anderson signing, but I think it's maybe just a little bit out of the realm of possibility at the moment. The mighty Win is back with a bloody riddle here. Oh, no. See, this is how dumb I am. I asked him to explain the word that he called me before, bloody antipode or whatever he called me. And then he literally had to sound it out with the syllables. And I thought he was putting in a bloody acronym. This is the sort of brain level that you guys are dealing with as your host on the breakfast show. It is
Look, I can't read it. You're gonna have to read it, mate. It's too small for me.
It is pronounced Antipodes, opposite side of the sphere, Oz, New Zealand. When you've given me a bloody explanation for this thing, and I'm more confused than when you first said the thing, mate.
I swear.
You're talking in bloody rhythms and riddles. I'm going to need even further elaboration on the elaboration that you've just tried to provide me, Win. I'm very sorry, mate, but I have no idea what you're talking about there, mate. Bloody knackered. Harple Colsey says, the Brecky Show with the legends, Cotter and Semo. Harple, mate, we appreciate you.
We do appreciate it, mate.
Aboard on the breakfast show, mate. You are a top man. And then we've just got some more dross here by Win, mate. I think he's trying to bloody throw me off my game here, sending these riddles in. He said Fiji, not digital. That makes a lot of sense, Win.
I think Win's had a few too much beers at 8:30 in the morning.
A few too many brown ales, Winnie, mate. A few too many brown ales. Yeah, I'm going to need a fourth elaboration, Win, if you don't mind providing that, mate. Thank you very, very much. Then Mick obviously is here saying morning to Cordy and Sam. Very, very good morning to you. We've got a lot of people in the chat today, guys. Welcome. Then we've got Geordie Yam, mate. Welcome. He says good morning.
Hey, but speaking about Eddie Howe, what do you reckon? What do you reckon of his actual record since he has joined the club, Tori?
See, I saw that thing that you sent me before. Sammy sent me a graphic of the points since Eddie Howe took over the club, but I don't think that's recent, Sammy boy. I couldn't find anything to say that was recent.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I couldn't find any because I don't think Aston Villa. I think that table would look a little bit different. But I've got some more things to go over anyway. But we will have a little bit of a look at that table at the end. But we will have, we covered all of the boys obviously going away on international duty. But there is some boys who unfortunately did miss out on international duty, which we will quickly cover. So obviously Joelinton couldn't make the squad due to the knock he sustained.
I reckon that's the excuse.
there's the excuse or whatever it may be. But you'd probably think that Joelinton maybe would have started that game with the knock that Casemiro is experiencing. So it could have been a chance for us to see Joelinton and Bruno playing alongside each other in the national team, which is something I probably would have welcomed. Very similar to what I think about the Gordon situation. I kind of would have liked to see him go away on international duty just to simply play himself into a bit of form. But yeah, look, obviously Joelinton has unfortunately missed out on the call-up. No, we've already covered this, but Anthony Gordon, obviously Nick Pope. Then Sven Botman still not making the Netherlands side. It's probably going to be a while till we see him make this Netherlands side, with all the
Well, look, he has
all
to
the
hit
quality
form
they've
first,
got in
doesn't
front
he,
of
as
him.
well?
Yeah.
He has to
well,
hit
if he did
form
get-
first. I mean, he's been. I mean, look, none of the players actually deserve to be going to the national sides, but their national sides are that bad. I mean, they have to use our players. That's the problem, you know. But I mean, other than that, none of them deserve to even make the international call up. Like they've been horrible the whole season. Even with the wins that we've had, they've been horrible. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, no, 100%. I'm just trying to look at some of the other centre halves that are in front of him. So you've
Like
got
I said,
Yuri and Timber, Van de Ven. Well, Yuri and Timber's actually been playing
the
as a centre half,
right back.
even though he plays as right back for Arsenal. He did start the last game at centre back. But then you've got Virgil van Dijk, you've got Van de Ven, you've just got such quality. Van Hecker, Nathan Ake, De Vrij.
I mean, look, yeah. I mean, they're
Bloody
stacked at the
hell,
back.
man.
Yeah, they're stacked at the back.
Wow. I didn't know it was that. That's insane, man. You could field 8 centre halves and it'd all be bloody as good as each other.
Swear.
That's insane,
yeah.
man. So, yeah, I don't think Sven Botman's going to get a call up anytime bloody soon. Maybe for De Vrij, but they'd probably be off the bench as well. So, yeah, Sven Botman also not making the call up. Then we had Johan Wieser. Obviously, he's not going to play these few games before AFCON. And then, unfortunately, Sammy Boy, I think this one's a bit of a rough one. Emil Krafth does not get the nod for Sweden in a very poor Sweden side at that. What do you make about that, Sammy Boy? You know, Sweden obviously is struggling at the moment. And if he's not making that side, then it's not.
But you know what's
good.
funny? I think he's played more games for Sweden than he has for Newcastle.
Yeah, that's what I've seen him play the last few from memory, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's.
Yeah, I'm sure he's played more games for Sweden than us. But it's still insane that it is a bit funny that he didn't make it. I mean, unless they're trying to breed in new players, I'm not sure, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm just having a look now. He actually hasn't started any of the last few games, so
Yeah, but he's gone and sat on the bench.
Yeah, so yeah, he hasn't come off the bench either.
Oh, really?
Nah, nothing there. And then lastly, we had William Asula, obviously also dealing with a knock. So we didn't get to see him go away for Denmark. So that includes all of the lads going away for international duty and they're not going away. So we will keep a close eye on them over the next few days. It will be very interesting to see if a few of these lads can play themselves into form.
Back into
But Semi
form.
Boy,
Yes.
some news today. St. James's Park will play the round of 16 for the 2028 Euros. Very, very big for the city. Very, very big for the club, Semi Boy.
Mate, look, if it was up to me, I'd play the final there. Wembley, what's that? No, it's good. It's definitely good for the city. It's good for the club. They'll definitely enjoy it, and most likely it will be England if they top the group as well. So that's another good thing. So
100%, yeah. It's massive for the city, massive for the club. I think they're going to talk about introducing a 20,000 capacity fan zone. So the bloody Toon will be rocking for the 2028 Euros.
yeah,
And it could be off a World Cup win for England if you guys bloody decide you finally want to win it and get over that final hurdle. You could be going into this Euros as World Cup winners. So very, very
correct.
big things. Very, very big things in international football and England.
I actually think it's going to be a great World Cup coming up, honestly.
100%. The World Cup coming up is obviously in America and USA. Big Chris, the American mag, mate, you probably picture him at a few of the games in his neck of the woods. Look, I think if you're talking about England and their chances for the World Cup,
Very
I
high.
think they've got to be right. Yeah, they've got to be right up there, man. They've proved that they can get into the later stages of the tournaments, finals, semi-finals. They might not get it. You guys might be the Arsenal of international football. But look, guys, this time it might be different.
Look, I
You've
actually think
obviously,
Tuchel is the man that's going to do it. I don't know why. I feel like maybe them not having an England manager is the way to go. I mean, Tuchel has gone and he's won big games, so he might get you guys over the line.
yeah, 100%. I think Tommy Tuchel is one of the best managers in world football. The bloke is bloody class. He wins wherever he goes. So yeah, England for me are definitely probably in the top 4 nations that I think
Honestly,
can
I
win
think
that
the
World
only
Cup.
worry for England is if they come up against Australia. That's the only way that they're going to get knocked out.
Aussie.
Aussie.
Oi! Mate, we would get friggin'
Flogged.
battered. It would be about 7. Half the Australian national team guys are Scottish. If you guys weren't aware.
You know what's funny? I'll support England.
Literally, if you're supporting the Australian national team, you're supporting the Scottish national team. So we might as well come and jump aboard the Three Lions train. But Semi boys, in terms of competition for England for the World Cup, who do you think? I'm just going to quickly. I've got to step out for one sec, Semi. But who do you think are some of the big competition for England for this upcoming World Cup? Give me one sec, bro.
I think the biggest competition for you guys is going to be France. I think it will be Spain. I think they're two very strong sides. Germany possibly, Argentina, but I think your top 2, if my picks are correct, it'll be France and it'll be Spain. I think they're the top 2.
I nearly had a cardiac arrest trying to run to the fridge there.
Yeah, I know. I heard you open up, you're popping a bottle and everything, mate. You like send one over,
mate. I broke like the speed of sound there. Oh, that was like the Flash, lads. I think I broke my toe though. I smashed the absolute beep out of it on the corner there. So I've done some serious damage to my toe here, lads. Oh, I'm going to have to do a quick bloody health inspection on this toe here. I think it's bloody Gonski's, lads. We're going to need a medical team here on the ASAP. But yeah, Semi, who were you saying were some of the big
I think Spain and France, and I'd say Argentina as well. But I think more Spain and France.
Spain are quality, man, at the moment.
Mate, Spain are unbelievable.
Bloody absolutely quality. Very,
you know, but
strong
they've always been strong. You know what I mean? And they just got that football that's very difficult to break down.
Bro, they're just so good at the fundamentals. They're so good at the basics. They do the basics better than anyone else does it. And look, that's what you need to do to win football games.
Newcastle should watch Spain over the next few days.
Spain haven't lost an international game, Semi.
Yeah.
Since March 2024, man. That is insane, eh? That's in 3-4 months. That's nearly 2 years undefeated if they can keep it up, which is bloody unreal.
And it's probably possible as well. So
yeah, look, guys, I think that could be the bloody World Cup 2026 final, England and Spain. So I'm hoping for the Three Lions because the bloody Kangaroos, the Socceroos, we're not getting anywhere near it. So you guys can bloody get the trophy and bring it back home. But that's a little bit of a look at the 2026 World Cup, and we will get to a few more of the comments. Called Walter Mate a goat earlier, and the 2-coiner phrase says, "Is Walter Mate a goat? He looks more like an alpaca." Bro, he does have a few.
He even moves like one.
Yeah, he's got the bloody curly hair like an alpaca. That's for sure. 2-coiner phrase. That's for sure. Darren Lee says Germany's Best legend player always has to be Matthias. What a player in his day for that side. Yeah, Germany,
So this was
no
good.
short of bloody legends in international
I mean,
football.
they've had some great great players, haven't they?
Yeah, some absolute ballers, but I think maybe at the moment they are definitely a lot weaker than they have been in previous years. So, look, for me, I don't think Germany. They're always a threat, but I just don't think they're up there with the Frances, with the Spains, with the Englands.
There's a lot of them that are a threat, but I just don't feel anyone will threaten England the way Spain or France will, or
Yeah.
maybe potentially Argentina. But I don't see anyone else really. They shouldn't get troubled by anyone else.
Well, I think for me, the biggest problem with England over the last few tournaments has been that midfield for me. I think it's been pretty poor. But I think now, obviously, you've got Bellingham, you've got Declan Rice, you've got Anderson, you've got Foe. Like, there's so many different ways you guys can set up. I think you're a lot more balanced side as well. And if Dan Burn plays, then you've always got a chance of winning a World Cup. So let's hope he makes the 2026 World Cup
Maybe
squad.
even Portugal. Maybe even Portugal.
Knackered.
No, I'm saying no. They've got a good squad. If you look at it on paper, I mean, and if they were to get it right, I mean, they got a very good team. So, I mean, if there's a team that could surprise a few as well in that World Cup, it would probably be Portugal.
Bit of a dark horse, Semi boy.
Yeah, I think they're my dark horse.
Yeah, no, that's a good shout, man. That's a good shout. I just don't trust Bruno Fernandez's mentality in a competition like that. But look, anything is possible in international football. Craig says, with Wisa, Asula, and Gordon injured, got to hope that Walter Mate doesn't get injured as he's our only fit striker we have. If Walter Mate gets injured on the international break, then I will bloody sue the German association for damaging the entire hopes and dreams of our season. Because, look, man, I literally, I can't. The damage that would do to our season is, I can't explain it enough. That's
It'd
bloody
be catastrophic for us.
Yeah, I'm going to be
Honestly, it'd be catastrophic
challenge.
because we've got no one else that's going to sit up there that's going to score goals for us. I mean, there's no one there.
So this is the biggest problem with not ever including any academy lads in the squad in the match. Like Sean Neve, obviously, he's got no experience. He's got no preparation to come in if something like this did happen. So,
though
like,
he
we
is
are beyond
performing,
knackered.
he is performing though. He's scoring goals.
Yeah, 100%. But I think they just need to start introducing him gradually into a few first team games, whether that be on the bench, put him on the 90th minute, just so he gets a feel of these sort of match days. I think that does a world of good for a player like that. And look, instead of playing these two goalkeepers all the time, how about we get a striker from the academy on the bench? Yeah, might be a good idea. I'm not a manager, but I think that's probably a good idea. Because like you said, Craig, mate, we are one injury away from this season being a complete and utter write-off. And don't forget, we're about to lose bloody Wisa as well to Congo and AFCON. So if he does get injured,
how long is Asula out for? I'm not even 100% sure how long he's out for.
I don't think it's a big knock, man, but still, like,
Yeah, so like he's potentially back against Manchester City. So if he's back against City, I mean, it's I mean, like that's not a bad replacement, but is it? I don't know. I just don't think he's a starter, right? It doesn't look like a starter to me. And even whenever he does start, he doesn't seem to perform the way he does when he comes off the bench, I guess.
Yeah, 100%. I think I'd definitely like to see that in January, but we will get into the January transfer window soon. I will get to a few more of the comments. Morning, Kim Cam. Very, very nice to see you back on the morning show. And then we have Foxy here, mate. Welcome, Foxy. Foxy on Joelinton says, Joelinton came on versus Japan and he got so much criticism from Brazilians. Seems like he's lost his chance now for the World Cup. Yeah, and I don't think this knock, obviously, going into these two friendlies is going to help his cause out anymore. But, man, like we said before, the midfield for Brazil is very weak. 34-year-old Casemiro, who's dealing with a knock at the moment, so he won't feature. And then they've usually got Andre and Gomez from Wolves on the bench, man, who have been bloody shocking. So, I think they.
That's what I mean. They like the tiki taka. That's their style of football. They like to just their skill and all that sort of. Joelinton is not that sort of player, right? I mean, you look at Bruno and you look at Joelinton. I mean, the difference between both of them is just it's unbelievable. And especially when it comes to skill. I mean, that bloke, like Bruno's
Yeah.
got skill. The other one was just slight tackle and break a kneecap.
You'd probably imagine that Joelinton plays that disruptor role, that deeper role in midfield that Casemiro usually plays for them.
Yeah.
So, to be honest, Foxy, I think Joelinton probably does make the World Cup squad, and I don't think that's from any of his own doing. I think it's just from the lack of depth that Brazil have in that midfield position at the moment. So,
I agree.
Foxy, I wouldn't be surprised if we did see Joelinton play for Brazil in the World Cup. And then welcome Lynn. Lynn, one of the big supporters of the breakfast show. So we cannot thank you enough, Lynn, for your kind comments and everything you leave on the videos all the time. But unfortunately, it does look like you're dealing with some internet issues and dreadful weather. So very unfortunate for you, Lynn, but I hope your internet is a little bit better so you can see me and Sam's ugly faces on your screen this morning.
Hey,
You probably hope
you're
your
ugly.
internet... You're ugly, mate. I'm the most beautiful ginger in all of the Southern Hemisphere, mate. Not at the moment, though. I'm looking like a bloody donkey at the moment, mate. I'm looking a bit rough, a bit bloody rough at the moment. I'll go get a haircut. Looking shocking. But welcome, Lynn. We love to see you on the show. Kenny as well, mate. Welcome back to you. I'm here to put another shrimp on the barbie. That's a criminal saying here in Australia, guys. It's not a... It's a prawn,
It's not a thing.
guys. It's a bloody prawn. It's a prawn. P-R-W-N. Prawn. No shrimps around this neck of the woods. But welcome to you, Kenny. Very warm welcome. And then what else do we have? Oh, yeah. And then Foxy also brings up a point. Unfortunately for Oscar, the old Chelsea man, the guy who first went to China, started that whole debacle before Saudi Arabia or any of that was a thing. Unfortunately, has had to retire from football. I didn't know he had to retire from football, but I know that he did get rushed to hospital with a heart problem, moving to his new club over there in Brazil. So thoughts are with Oscar. Very unfortunate there. Seems to be happening a lot, man, for footballers these days. A lot of heart issues. So I hope
there's a lot of conspiracy theories about this sort of stuff.
Yeah,
We'll stick to the football.
We will stick to the football. But we will get to the comments in about 15 minutes or so. But a little bit of news. Harrison Ashby, the fullback that we did sign from West Ham, is returning from injury. We haven't seen him feature for the first team yet. But with all of the fullback issues we're experiencing at the moment, the lack of pace that we're experiencing at the moment, and look, let's not get this wrong. We've got some very bloody old fullbacks as our backups. You know, we have Kraft, who's getting on there in age, who's also in his last year of his contract. Kieran Trippier, exact same thing, getting into his late 30s now, mid-30s. Trips is also last year of his contract, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty certain.
Yeah, I'm hearing Monaco's after him.
So
yeah, I don't know. There's a few.
What do you make about Ashby, Sam? Obviously, probably not been the player that we thought would be signing from Wolves when we originally signed him.
From West Ham?
Man, yeah.
Mate, I don't think he's played a game for us, has he?
No, not in the first team.
Yeah, I mean, like he got signed with Gordon 3 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a while, man.
If you can't crack the first team, or even try and make it on the bench, mate, I don't think you're pretty good, to be honest.
Yeah, well, coming back from injury, he apparently set up a goal for Alfie Harrison. So a promising return from injury at that. But look, man, at the rate we are with fullbacks, I think we've got to sort of introduce him into first team training and hope he can do
just in
something,
case we lose another. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he might not have the quality of some of the other lads, but I think hopefully just those physical attributes will be a big plus for us, just his pace and everything like that. But like Semi said, it is a bit of a concern that we haven't seen him feature, considering how long we signed him. He spent most of his time up in the academy. So it will be very interesting if we see Ashby feature. But I think, with this aging fullbacks we have, it is always a possibility. Semi boy, I want to talk to you about the centre back positions. Obviously, with Hall coming back from injury, even though it looks like we're never going to bloody see the bloke with Eddie Howe at the moment, but he's back from injury. I think everyone and their mum and their dog and their cat and their fish probably expects Hall to come back into that starting 11 and wants to see Hall come back into that starting 11.
Well, look,
So,
Dan Burn opened the door for him. So he's definitely starting that game. I mean, who are you going to put at left back? What, Kieran Trippier?
Yeah.
And then what?
More
Crawford, the right back. You're not going to do that. So he'll end up starting Hall.
This is what I'm saying. So we're going to see Hall start for the first time, but very, very interesting semi. I'm going to ask you, obviously Malik Tiao has got one of the centre-back positions absolutely nailed down, but do you, when Dan Burn comes back from suspension, do you play Dan Burn as a centre-back alongside the Malik Tiao, or do you stick with Botman?
Stick with Botman. Look, Botman's had a couple of bad games, but you got to remember, it's not just Botman that's had a bad game. Everyone's had a bad game.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody's actually firing. And whenever you're not holding that ball, there's so much pressure on that defense. Eventually, we are going to concede. It's normal. There's nothing wrong with it. But if they hold the ball, these guys have got more energy to move around, do what they want to do, confidence. Like half the goals we were conceding, man, we won't concede them.
Mm.
You know what I mean? It's just they literally lack of confidence goals that we've conceded. That's what they are.
Yeah, well, it'll be very interesting because I don't think we've seen the partnership of Tiao and Burn at centre back this season, have we? I don't think.
I think we only seen it in the Liverpool game whenever Gordon got red carded. I think from memory.
So it is something I'd welcome, to be honest. I would love to see how a back five really of Ramsdale, Hall, Burn, Tiao, and Trippier would play. But look, man, I think obviously with Hall coming back from injury, having Burn as another centre back option with Shah, very, very comfortable in the two centre half positions.
Yeah, but see, like even in saying that, every game that we've played a back five in, we've lost this season. A back five doesn't work for us. Whenever we play with, or say we play with three centre backs, it doesn't work for us.
The goalkeeper, I'm including Ramsdale.
Oh,
yeah.
Say back four. I say back five. Back five is you're saying you're playing with wing backs. So.
You can't leave the goalkeeper out, mate. The poor goalkeeper's
one. I mean,
the goalkeeper never gets included in nothing. The poor bloke has to sit there all game, gets all the criticism. He doesn't get named in the back. You got
because whenever you go choose a formation in FIFA, you're going to be like, oh yeah, it's a 5-3-2. Come on, mate. It's a 4-3-3.
I'm just trying to include everyone, Sam. I'm trying to run.
We all know it's a goalkeeper. He doesn't get included in the formation because he's got one spot. It doesn't move from it.
But yeah, look, man, I think that it's a big positive for us getting Burn back as a centre half, and then probably put Shah down in the pecking order, Semi boy. Unfortunately, I think that probably puts Shah down.
I think this is shares last year anyway. So.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be surprised. Well,
mate, it is an aging like backline, isn't it? Like we are definitely going to have to heavily invest in it.
Oh, we're running a bloody nursing home in defence at the
moment. We really are. I mean, like, look, Burn, Share, Trippier, Kraft. I mean, they're all players that will most likely leave. Like, Dan Burn probably in a couple of years, but the other three is most likely this season. So we're going to have to replace them.
100%. Well, it will be interesting. We will get into all the players on the last year of their contract. We'll open it up to you guys, see who we want to renew, who we don't want to renew, because like Semi said, we have some bloody proper senior citizens and their contracts retiring soon. So we will have a little bit of a closer...
Are we going to add the mighty win to that or what?
Slander. But before we do get into the contract, I'm sorry, Win, mate. I'm very, very sorry. Before we get into the expiring contracts, we will get to a few more of the comments because they've been bloody great tonight. So we've got Kim Cam here talking about the next few games. He says, if we do not get max points next couple of games, we will have a long, miserable season. 100%, mate. I don't think
Look,
that is
the City game, I don't know how many people are actually expecting to win it, but I could probably almost guarantee 90% of the fan base is not expecting a win. But 90% of the fan base would be happy with a draw.
I think bloody 100% of the fan base would bite your hand off for a draw.
A draw right
Mate.
now, yeah, definitely, right? At least it's a point against a big side. My God. Just get me a point.
Man. Against the bigger sides, the boys seem to bloody put in a shift, so...
They always do, but same how, you know what, there you go. It is a mentality thing then. All right, you're going to turn up to play against the team that's in front of you. Say like Man City, all right, we're going to turn up today, but then you go versus West Ham away. It should be an easy win. I'm not going to put that effort in. Then you go get flogged.
Yeah, I think complacency is definitely a thing that is infecting our boys at the moment. Bro, this international, after this international break, like...
Our season has to kick off.
Every game in football is a must-win, but geez, man, like these are massive, massive games.
Massive games, huge.
Yeah. Foxy on Oscar says he made his money in China. Easy decision for him to retire now. Terrible to hear, though. Yeah, guys, if you're just joining us, Oscar apparently has had to retire. He did get rushed to hospital with a heart issue at his training ground. So very, very unfortunate news, but. What a player he was for Chelsea back in the day, man. What a player he was.
He's a very, very talented player, definitely.
And Kenny on Anderson, he says, what did Anderson do for us? Look, mate,
I agree.
What did Minty do for us? Nothing, but look what he done for...
no, the difference is Minty didn't play a game. Elliot Anderson played a good solid 100 games for us, probably, for all I remember.
That's what I'm saying.
But whenever he came on, he didn't really create much.
Yeah, but man, things change in football. Like, you know what I mean? The players are going to go elsewhere and they're going to develop. They're not always going to develop at the club that they initially started at.
No, obviously, 100%.
Yeah, so although he might have not been great for us, that doesn't take away the player that he has become and what I think he would do for Newcastle. Yeah, man, I think it'd be a top signing, but unfortunately, I think we're probably just priced out of that at the moment. And then Marco T, welcome mates to the breakfast show. He says, Alan Shearer has backed me up about Walter Mate. You and Alan Shearer are close friends, mate, by the sounds of it, Marco T. Walter Mate will not even try and adapt by getting into the box. Howe will not play Wisa and Walter Mate together, so I don't think it's going to end well. I don't necessarily think that Howe won't play those two together.
I actually think he will.
Whether I think the two will start, I don't think they'll probably start together because, look, unless he has a bit more faith in Asula as a number 9, I don't think that those two will start together because then who do you bring besides Asula on for one of those lads?
Asula brings that energy from the bench. Like, I'm telling you, eventually, once Wisa is fit, I actually think we change the formation and Voldemar will be playing behind him.
Well, a lot of the fans, I think Semi, you included, you probably want to see like a 4-2-3-1 implemented.
4-2-3-1. Yeah, that would definitely help us.
Yeah, no, that'd
because Voldemar, what he's going from the striking position all the way down into the midfield, and then he's not quick enough to go up there. That way, he's got that section of the field to play with. You know what I mean?
I think
players can bounce off him. I mean, it's just easier for him as well.
Yeah, I think however you play it, I think if you play Walter Mate as a striker and you play a dedicated number 10 behind him, I think that allows Walter Mate to drop deep and then that number 10 can make runs in front of him. Or vice versa, if you had Nick in the number 10, he can stay deep and then obviously go in front of the striker. So I think both of those will work. But I think with this pretty stagnant midfield 3 we have at the moment, they're not really allowing and facilitating Nick to do what Nick wants to do. So I think
I just feel like that pressing game. Yeah, but I think the pressing game, whenever we try to press, he's too slow to move. So what we should be doing is getting away from that pressing game. Because if you're going to go with that pressing game, you have to start Asula. He's the only one that presses.
Well, 100%. You see when we press now, Big Nick will try and press, and then one of the midfield 3 has to push up come in to try and cover that spot that he's not covering.
Exactly.
And then we get left with 2 men in midfield, and then usually one of those 2 are covering the left back position for Burns. So we've usually
And then
only
we're caught
defending
out.
with
That's how we
with
get
one
caught out.
midfielder. Yeah,
We shouldn't
So I
be pressing.
yeah, no.
It's that
Well, I
simple.
think we got to. I think we got to press, man. But I don't think when Walter Mato
They're pressed at the wrong
obviously goes,
times. I think they're pressed at
that
the wrong time.
that fuck oh yeah, that midfielder does not need to go. A midfielder does not need to go and follow Walter Mato. So, like Sammy said, I think the addition of a number 9 in front of Nick or a number 10, a dedicated number 10 behind him, I think that will help our press, and I think we'll just be so much more fluid in attack and going forward. But does Eddie agree with the fans? Does Eddie see what we see? Not currently.
No.
Not
No,
currently.
at the moment, I don't even think Eddie knows what he's saying.
Yeah,
Like his decisions have been that bad. Honestly, like I said, I love Eddie, and I want him to stay, and I want him to get better, and I want a team to do a lot better. But
yeah.
I mean, some of those subs and some of the decision making in the starting lineup have cost us dearly this season, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think he's just got to be. I think he's just got to be a little less scared to experiment and try some of these things that all the
I
fans
agree.
are screaming out for, man. Just once. We've seen the one game this season when he's changed the system and he's rotated was against Tottenham, and guess what? It was one of our best performances of the season. We went back to the tried and trusted after that, and it all went downhill. So, yeah, look, guys, that's a very good point that Marco's brought up about the.
You know what? You reckon that's why they perform poorly as well? The midfield, or the midfielders have been performing poorly. I mean, they know for a
man, 'cause
fact that they're going to be starting.
Well, they're just getting dragged out of position all the time. You've got one covering for Nick in the forward press, and then you've got the other one of the
No.
three
I mean,
covering
like
the
they
left-back
know that they're
position.
always going to start.
Oh, yeah. Complacency is a killer, man. That's what I said about 10 minutes ago. Complacency is killing us. It's killing the squad. Whether it's complacent going into these easier games, whether they're complacent in their position, they're just too complacent all around the park. And when you get too comfortable, man, like look at Marcus Rashford at Manchester United when he got too comfortable. He knew no one could take his spot. He had 3 horrible seasons when he was a ghost. You saw as soon as he's gone away to Aston Villa, he performed for Aston Villa, not maybe to the levels that people thought he was, but he still scored goals. He was still good in the Champions League for Villa when he went to a new team, a new environment, and he didn't have that complacency.
Barca.
Yeah, and then exactly right. When he goes to Barcelona, the levels there are a lot higher. Trying to get a spot is a lot higher. So complacency in football is a killer, man. It's a killer in general life. So look, 100%. I think a few of these players, they need a little bit more competition. And when Eddie's favoritism does finally decide to end, and we see a bit of competition, I think that
Yeah,
will.
but see, what's annoying me, yeah, is like how do the big clubs do it week in, week out with their side and their players, and they don't have that complacency the way we do.
Well, man, we haven't had it in previous seasons, but it's obviously because in those previous seasons we were working our way up to being this club that we are now, a bigger club. We've finally won a trophy. So a lot of these things, you know, we had this underdog mentality going into the past few seasons where we were the underdog.
We're now
we
with more favourites.
what we can do. Exactly. We've won a title. We're in the Champions League now. We're expected to be in these European positions. So, look, man, in previous seasons, none of the players were complacent. They were fighting to get into these spots. But now that we're here and they've finally got there, I think complacency has crept in. I don't think it's only that, man, but I think it's definitely a big, big reason for the dip.
The pressure's on, that's for sure, I think.
100%. Foxy here, mate, helping me out with the pronunciation of Kosovo. The more you learn, Sammy, it's a very informational show. We all learn together, guys. Thank you very much, Foxy, mate. I do appreciate it. And then Marco T says, 21s went back to losing again, well beaten by Harrogate. Yeah, I did see that. I think they lost 3-1 from memory, if I wasn't mistaken. So, look, the bloody form is even going down to the youth teams. So that's not too
our youth sides have been doing terrible as well. Yeah, other than the under 18s, I think I've seen on one of the posts. I think they're second on the ladder, just behind Man City. The Newcastle under 18s.
Have a quick look how they are going at the moment because the under 21s
Yeah,
and
no,
not
they're
going
not doing
to.
too well.
I don't know if you saw, Semi, the bloody conditions that the Harrogate was on for the under-21s, man, but they were playing at a water park today. It looked like the most insane. It literally looked like they were playing
Wait,
under
Wet and
like
Wild?
bro, Wet and Wild. It had 15 sprinklers coming down, man. It was literally like a water show. It was. I don't know how they play like that. I'll give you guys a lot of respect in England. I do not know how you guys deal with that amount of rain all the time. It would drive me bloody insane. But yeah, we will get to a few more of the comments, guys, and then we will have a little bit of a look at the contracts expiring at the end of the year, because there's a few bloody senior citizens expiring, and it will be very interesting to see what we do with those. And I want to see what you guys would do, because I have a pretty good idea about what I'll do with most of the players expiring. But we will get to a few more of the comments, because I haven't been able to catch up with them too well today. But guys, if I could please remind you to like the video. It goes a huge way in helping me and Semi on the breakfast show and the channel. Like, guys. It would mean the world. It would mean the world. So we've got Marco on Anderson. He's saying Anderson seems to be scared to shoot. That's very true,
That's another thing.
And that's another thing that we do not need in our midfield three, because our midfield three look bloody petrified to take a shot, man. Always second guessing.
They're always second guessing. Yeah, exactly. You know, if they were to back themselves, I promise you, they score so much more.
But it would be in such a different position in the table right now. The amount of especially in the earlier first half of this season, the amount of chances that we were creating for the midfield three, and they just
don't shoot, eh?
Yeah, shocking, man. Or they would try and pass it to the edge of the box, or they'd think about it too long and they'd send it up to bloody Rosed. It's just like the midfield three, like they just between the passing and they've been dreadful, man, this season. Just so poor. Like the attacking for me, just have a bit of faith, have a bit of confidence. All of those lads can bloody belt a ball. They can have a shot. Like,
especially tonight. I mean, that bloke can hit a rocket, right? But like, come on, guys, just have a dig, and maybe you might get lucky. Really, you shouldn't be getting lucky, because you're professional footballers. I mean, it's your job to put it in the back of the net. Come on, get it done.
100. Even with that Brentford game, Bruno would find himself in a position right outside the box or going into the box. And he would look up, he would stop the ball. And then there was the two times when he stopped outside of the box. He could have driven a shot in first time, or ran the ball into the box, try and make a better opportunity. But he stopped, waited for 35 minutes, and then took a shot that bloody went nowhere near, man. So if that is a trait of Anderson, then it probably would
it's not something we need.
We're working at the moment. No, not at all. Not at all. Alrighty, guys. Well, we will have a look at the players expiring at the end of next year. So me and Semi both said we've got a very, very aging defence with their contracts all expiring. So I'll run through the list quickly. So we've got Kieran Trippier out of contract at the end of the year, Fabian Shah, Gillespie, keeper, Lascelles, Kraft, Ramsdale, obviously on loan, and Max Thompson, another goalkeeper. So guys, we'll go through it one by one. We'll get your opinions in the comments as well. And Semi, we'll start off with Kieran Trippier, Semi. Obviously last year of his contract, I think he's 35 at the moment. Yeah, 35 at the moment.
Yeah, look, as much as I love Trippier and I'd love him to stay, he's probably been one of our most informed players as well. That's the funny part, eh? The bloke's 35 and he's still informed.
I don't know if I agree with that at all.
You know what I mean?
I disagree,
but
man. I think he's been pretty poor.
But I would let him go, to be honest with you. I mean, we do need fresh faces. Especially look, the only one I'd keep out of all the whole list is literally Aaron Ramsdale. That's it.
Yeah, well, we'll go through it one by one and a little bit more in depth. So I think, obviously, we done this show right around the summer window ending, and all of us on the panel at that time were under the opinion that we would extend Trippier's contract for another year. But I think we've seen him pick up a few knocks throughout the season. And for me, I think his pace, his confidence, his leadership has all dipped down a little bit for me. I think was it the Tottenham game, he performed really well. And then after that, man, he has just been a passenger at right back, and I think his passing as well, man, has been really
Yeah,
susceptible
no,
and poor. And we usually play out from the right backs to try and start our attacks, man. So for me, just his lack of pace and his age, unfortunately, I probably would get rid of Trips. And you agree there, Semi?
yeah, I would, yeah, definitely. Yeah, like I said, as much as I love him in that, I mean, he's been a great servant to the club. But yeah, no, definitely, we need fresh faces, but we can't keep the oldies around. Look, I get sometimes it's about leadership and that sort of stuff,
Yeah.
but we need new faces. I mean,
Yeah, no,
it is a
100%.
quite an aging backline, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, 100%. So yeah, us both under the opinion that Trippier probably needs to find a new club, but what a servant, what a player he has been for the Toon, if that is
Definitely,
the case. And then Fabian Schär, the beautiful, beautiful man that is Fabian Schär. I think he's been great when he's played for us this season. He's had a few stinkers. I can't remember the one game he had a really good game, and I think then he came in the next game and he was real poor. So look, Fabian Schär also getting on there in age. And
definitely.
we do have
Just
Dan Byrne and a few other
just
players who are ahead of him in that list. So
you should just go do modelling.
I definitely don't think he'd be bloody short of work there, mate.
Nah.
But yeah, he's 34 in a month. So yeah, probably
Who,
another
Dan Byrne?
player. Nah, Shah, 34
Sure.
in a month. Yeah, so look, probably another player that we might have to let go. But for me as well, great servant for the club.
Look,
And I
if
would
there's
be
two
sad to
players
see
I
him
would
leave.
let go, it would be Share, it would be like Lascelles. Strengthen that central defense and then work your way out. Because obviously we do need another left back. We are going to need another right back. So
So you'd let go of Lascelles, Semi, even if you let go of Shah?
yes,
Really? And
yes. The
then bring
reason why
in
is because he's not playing. What is he doing on the bench? He's not doing anything for us, mate. We need players that
yeah, we
can
haven't
we
seen
can
him
actually
all.
rotate. Like that's a problem with us right now. Is maybe they're overtired for all we know, mate. We need players that we can rotate.
Yeah, and he's
That's
also
why
aging
Arsenal's
as well,
going
man.
so good because by the time they go to bloody Carabao Cup or something, they've changed their starting 11.
Yeah,
Like
no,
they've done it for years and years and years, and they've got to this point. But still, like I mean, we got to start somewhere. We can't just we can't stay this way.
yeah. So look, that looks not promising signs for any new contracts for any of these lads mentioned. So obviously, we both agree that Trippier, Shah, and Lascelles probably not going to extend their contracts. And then that leaves Emil Kraft, Semi Boy. I definitely do not think we should be extending that contract either.
Nope.
You got any different? You agree with that?
Yeah, like I said, the only person I will extend is Aaron Ramsdale. That's it. I think Aaron Ramsdale will end up staying, and he will be our number one.
Yeah, I think Aaron Ramsdale is an absolute must sign. But
Yeah, so I think the worst thing to happen to Pope is literally his concussion not making England, and I think Ramsdale will take over.
yeah, well, a lot of the fans are screaming out for Ramsdale to come in before the
I've been
injury
screaming it out
even
since
happens.
round one.
Yeah, no. Every time he's played for us, he's looked like he's been with the lads in the defence for bloody years. He looks very comfortable. He looks controlled. And at the end of the day, man, he's just such a top quality keeper, and he's a young keeper at that. He's an English player who helps
Exactly.
our English squad causes. So yeah, look, him.
Look, and he can
I
only
agree with
get
you.
better as well, you know. So
Yeah, I do agree with you. So, guys, there all of the players' contracts expiring at the end of the season. Obviously, we've got Gillespie and Thompson as goalkeepers in there as well, but we have more goalkeepers than blades of grass on the pitch at St James's Park. So, I don't get the goalkeepers are whatever it is for me. I literally could not care less about those two lads. No disrespect, but it's just due to the amount of players we have in that
position, of course.
Yeah, so we will get to a few more of the comments, guys. I'm so far behind on the comments, so if I've missed any of your comments, I do apologize. If you do want to guarantee that your comment does get read out, guys, just put a small super chat, a few dollars, $2, whatever it may be, in front of that, and I'll make sure that I read
£2.
those out. Yeah. But if I don't, guys, I'll try and get to all of the other ones. So we've got Marco T says, sorry, he was replying to someone else. We'll go with Geordie Dan, another regular on the channel, mate. Welcome, Geordie. Top bloke. He says, we're more likely to win another trophy this year than England winning the World Cup. Well, mate, we're 3 games away from bloody defending the trophy, so that's
true.
not outside the realms of possibility. And then who else?
Mate, we're going to win the Champions League. Who said that we weren't?
Behave, Sammy boy. Behave, Sammy boy. Foxy says,
Hey, look, mate. There's nothing. You might as well dream, mate. You know, if there's no hope, there's no glory, as they say.
Look at you, mate, getting all philosopher, getting all bloody quotey on me. Philosopher Semi Zayden. But Foxy says Kraft can't get caught up playing 1 game a year when Sweden already have Hein and Holm as options as a right back. That's a very, very good point. And then Geordie says, morning to the Aussie dynamic duo ADD. Well, there's definitely one of us suffering with ADD, and I'll let you try and guess who's suffering with it. I don't think it'll take too many guesses to figure that one out.
I'm gone, man. Like, I swear to God, I've been up since 6:30. Like I said, I got home at 7. I had a quick
6:30,
bite,
mate. That's a sleep-in, brother. These days, 6:30.
Yeah, but did you work 12 hours, mate? I've been working for 12 hours.
No, I work 10. I'm a hard-working electrician these days, mate. Exams.
Yeah, I can tell. Look at you.
Yeah, it looks like I've been bloody working in the mines or something.
Yeah.
Shocking, lads. I look like a bloody vampire, like a ginger vampire. I don't think vampires can be gingers because you need a soul to be a vampire, so that might be out of the possibility for this bloke. But I am looking bloody knackered anyway. But thank you very much, Geordie, mate. Top man as always. Marco saying Kraft is horrendous, but I highly respect his effort. Mate, I think he's been bloody pretty good for us past seasons. And when he initially came on this season, I thought he'd done great, but I think the last few games are obviously bloody big cause for concern. And that age is definitely not helping out the physicality whatsoever. And then we've got Win here with elaboration number 5 on anti. He's put a P in there now, man. I don't think there was a P in there, but antipode. So we're back on the anti. See, I think Win might be dyslexic because he's spelling it different ways in the pronunciation and the first one. So I don't know if I'm going to trust this bloke, but he says that word means opposite side of the sphere. In this case, the globe.
Are you talking about like the northern and southern hemisphere?
No, he's talking about the antipodes, man, from the David Attenborough documentary. It's a reptile.
Are you the cameraman? Is it the cameraman whenever...
I think you're just trying to come up with a really fancy word for being on the other side of the world. We don't need nothing fancy over here, mate.
Mate, just dumb it all down for us, please.
Yeah, Kenny says, the Aussies Ange's next big team. Oh, mate, I'd love to see him back at the bloody Socceroos, to be honest. I think he would do a job at the Socceroos, yeah.
Mate, I swear to God, I don't think I remember the last time I watched the Socceroos play. I don't even know who we have.
Big Martin Boyle from Scotland, mate, from Dundee, Scotland. We got Harry Souttar, the 2 Scottish lads at centre back, mate.
Mate,
Scottish pride.
After that 2006 World Cup, I mean, that was the last time I probably went for Australia.
I still don't kind of like Tonali after that World Cup thing. I've still got a little bit of a grudge, mate, against all Italians after that World Cup.
Yeah, mate, you and I both.
Enough about bloody Australia, anyway. Still Bad Dad says, if things go tits up for Eddie Howe, I can see a swap deal going ahead between Tuchel and Howe. A swap
Tuchel
deal
to the Toon. Really?
I don't think I've ever seen a manager swap deal, mate, but I'd bloody...
Hey, look, anything is possible in the football world.
Anything is possible in the football world.
I mean, look,
love Tommy Tuchel.
I mean, we've had a few of our board members doing gardening.
Yeah, a few blokes on gardening leave lately, mate, so nothing is...
A lot of landscapers these days.
Nothing is impossible. Buddy, we got the 6. We're getting blessed here by win tonight, mate. This is our 6th comment by win. Oz, New Zealand, Fiji, etc. And get a hammer, mate.
See, I'm telling you, he's talking about. I think he's talking about the southern hemisphere, northern hemisphere. Unless he's talking about like the bottom right corner of the world. I don't know. But there's no corner. It's a freaking sphere.
I don't think Win knows what he's talking about in terms of this, but keep commenting.
Win, just jump on, mate. Just jump on, mate.
Come jump on, Win. I'd bloody love to have you on for an hour or two, Win.
Yeah,
bloody unreal, mate. Come and join the cigarette smoking Australians on the morning show. Who else do we have? By Marco T. Visually, it looks like Walter Mate refuses to try and change his game.
I don't think he refuses to try. I just think he can't do it.
Yeah, like I don't know.
He doesn't have the pace to keep up with the press. It's not his style of play. We have to adapt to him. He can't adapt to us. It's because he can't.
Yeah, well, you're not going to see him on the last man, buddy, running through on goal, trying to beat.
He's not that type. He's not that type. But you have to. You have to put him. Just whip over a decent crossing for the love of God, so he can get his head to it. I mean, that's what I think we bought him for, and we can't even whip one in.
But I swear, like a mosquito the size of a dragon just flew into my eyeball. Serious attack in the eyeball. I won't be able to read the comments, guys.
You know what? Ask Chris for some compo.
Oh, Chris, I'm going to need some workers' compensation, mate. I've damaged my eyeball on the stream, mate. It's not looking too good.
And his toe.
I'm going to need a new pair of glasses, mate. Some PPE to do this bloody show from now on, Chris. But yeah, I like Sam said, I don't think it's necessarily Walter Mate refusing to try and change his game. I think he is just playing to the limits that big bloody body has set on him, mate. So I think that's all it is.
Yeah, it's not that style of play, unfortunately, no.
Yeah, no, 100%. 100%. Geordie Dan says... Johnny Dan said some RAF jet fighters went supersonic over the Tyne yesterday, and Corey still moved faster to his fridge. 100% Geordie Dan, I'm telling you, mate. I'm an Olympian, mate. I'm an Olympian. My fuel is lager and nicotine, mate. It's a fuel of champions. And then from Queenie, a big welcome to Queenie, always working in the background. Thank you very much, Queenie. And then Geordie Dan says, whatever happened to Garang Kul? Mate, to be honest, I never understood the signing of this bloke to the Toon. I thought he was a bloody bang average player in Australia. So I just didn't see how he was going to make that progression to the next stage of... Oh, too close?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, mate. I was going to be carried away.
Mate, I was about to take off my headphones.
Well, last show I didn't even have my mic on. Now I'm talking too close to it. So. But yeah, Geordie, I don't think he had that quality initially, even coming through the ranks at Australia. So unfortunate, mate, because I would love to see an Aussie playing for the Toon sometime soon. But yeah, Sammy,
they're not good enough, mate. They're not good enough.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling you, I cannot name you a player that plays for the Socceroos or Australia. I couldn't say
the quality of the Australian national team is so poor. It is so bloody poor. Like, you've got a bunch of electrician and Scotsmen playing for us. So yeah, unfortunately, I would love to see that, but did not happen. And we do have a super chat coming in from Sheila. It's a bloody prawn. Loving the show, lads. Thank you very much, Sheila. We've got a defender of the Australian prawn. Very much appreciated. It is definitely a prawn. I never want to hear a shrimp in my life. And then Marco says, I feel very relaxed when the Aussies are in control. I feel like I'm free to say what I want about anything. 100% Marco, mate. It is no bars hold on the breakfast show here on NUFC Talk TV. Say whatever you want, mate, but I just can't guarantee I'll read it out because we're on good behaviour trial at the moment. So any naughty words, mate, I got to
Beep.
zip
That's
up
it,
the
mate.
lock, mate.
That's it. Zip up the lock. But no. Say whatever you like, my friend. We'll read it, but beep it out at the same time.
No, we appreciate you, Marco, mate. Very nice comment by yourself. Marco says, Kenny and I watched Kuhl for the under-21s, and he was so lightweight. It was unbelievable. Yeah, mate, he's built like a lighter. He's about the frame. He's very, very skinny, long legs. A strong gust of wind will blow that bloke down. So, look, man, he had potential. Physically, he was very strong, but I just don't think the ability, like Semi said, the Aussies unfortunately just don't possess the ability.
You know what? We could play every other sport, just not football.
Oh,
I mean,
but any other sport were unreal at.
Like the Ashes series in England, 3-0 zip in the rugby league. Sorry guys, 3-0
guys.
Sorry.
3-0.
Yeah, Reece Walsh running rings around you guys, but yeah. Anyway, we'll just leave it at that. And
let us know, guys.
The cricketers, mate. The cricketers.
The cricketers were about to come and absolutely annihilate in that as well, guys. I'm very, very sorry.
Yeah.
So
sorry, guys.
Very, very sorry. But
I'm just glad we're a world away from you.
We've got to be good at something. Gog Singh says, "Great show, lads. Thank you very much, Gogs. Always nice to have you at the breakfast show, mate. Proper legend." And then Gavin Fuller on Elenga. Elenga can play centre forward. He done it for Man U 4-2-3-1 with Elenga in front. I don't think I've ever seen Elenga as a number 9, but some of his best work is when he comes in centrally and takes on his man. Would be, we're talking
maybe him as a centre attacking mid. Oh, but I don't know how much. I don't know, but I've never really seen him play in that position.
Nah, but he's got a good point. Some of his best works when he comes in centrally, and just takes on the two centre. Like, I just don't know.
I get it because he's got the pace to do it. I get it. Hey, look, he's skillful too. I mean, he can do it.
Man.
You know what? It'd be actually it would actually be very interesting if we could play him behind Voldemade.
Yeah, I was just worried about his first touch, man. But his press is good. Like,
look. Somebody, the more you play someone, the better he's gonna get. And I think that's the reason why he was doing so well at Nottingham Forest, because he started every game. Where with us, he's not even. But the bloke's lucky to bloody get off the bench sometimes. He comes in the 90th minute sometimes.
Yeah, no, for sure.
All right, come on.
For sure. Got Colton Connor, mate. Welcome. I don't think I've seen you before on the breakfast show, so if it's your first time, Colton, very warm welcome. And he says, when the Brazilian team is dross, the football world is 100%, mate. When Brazil aren't the team, you always want to see Brazil firing on all cylinders just because of the beautiful football that we are very accustomed to seeing from Brazil. So that's a very good comment.
Yeah, but Colton, it's been like that for a while now, unfortunately.
Yeah, man. Even like when Germany hosted the World Cup, they 7-1. So
that's what I'm saying. Like even with that, like I don't think they've produced a proper striker since R9. I mean, they got Richarlison now. My God,
they're all false nines or wingers.
That's what I say.
Like
they haven't really done a proper striker the way they R9 was. And
yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, I literally can't even think
was
of
it Bobo? Was it Bobo they had up front at one stage? Was it Bobo?
No, it's probably like, who are you talking recently?
Yeah, he was playing in the World Cup. Last World Cup, was he?
I don't know, man. I probably would have imagined there would have been Roberto Firmino back then. But yeah, good comment, Colton. They're definitely not the team they used to be.
I think it was the son-in-law of the actual manager. Anyway.
Yeah. But Gavin Law says, are players holding back because they don't want to get injured for the World Cup?
No, surely not. Like, that is a rubbish excuse.
I think if it was a little bit closer to the tournament,
I'd be like, okay, maybe potentially.
But you got to remember, Gavin, at this point of the season, a lot of these players, none of them have been picked for their national team yet. There's a few players who are obviously at the top of their level for weaker national sides and obviously just get the nod because of the quality that's behind them. But a lot of these players, Gavin, they're still fighting to get picked to go into the World Cup. So I'd probably, for me at least, I think it might be the opposite of what you're saying. I think, the players are probably trying to play their best, play their hardest to get into these World Cup squads, mate. But
that's the thing, man. Like, it is a World Cup year. Like, how are these guys not performing? Anyway, look. Hopefully, guys, we turn it around and we go from there. We move on from all this rubbish and we start supporting Eddie Howe again. And I don't want to hear this nonsense of Eddie Howe out. All right.
But yeah, no, a good comment, Gavin. Look, anything's possible, mate. Anything is possible.
There's nothing impossible in football. Like, whatever you can think of, they will eventually do. If not, I've already done.
Kim Cam saying on Ashby is an excellent player. I do not know why he does not play. Mate, when we signed him from West Ham, like, I remember the talk around that signing. It just seemed like it was going to be nailed on to be one of our future fullbacks. So there was big talks about him. But yeah, man, for whatever reason, the move just hasn't really eventuated how a lot of us probably imagined the move going. But like me and Sam said earlier in the show, just due to our aging fullbacks, a lot of those players we mentioned whose contracts is coming up to an end are defenders and fullbacks. So I would love to see him introduced into the squad, man, but I can't really speak to the player he is because I haven't seen much of him.
Neither have I. Look, we were expected to see a bit of him during his tenure here. I mean, it's been 3 years and we haven't seen one. I think he's actually played 2 games. From memory, I think he's played 2 games. Out of probably 120 games, 2 games.
Nah, man, I'm pretty
Mate,
certain.
I don't think you're an excellent player.
I'm pretty certain when I was reading, I don't think he's actually featured for the first team, but you could be right, Semi. It could be
I think he has. I think he has about 2 games from memory. Not more than that. Because we have loaned him out. I think one of them was QPR from memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have loaned him out, but I'm not sure.
Expanding on Kim Cam's comment, he thinks, I don't think Ashby is a bad player. He doesn't get a sniff. He looks steady the times I've seen him. So Marco agreeing with Kim Cam, and Harrison Ashby looks like a cross between Kevin Keegan and Claude Van Damme. He definitely does, mate. It's a very, very good shout. Colton saying Howe doesn't give younger players a chance, mate. That's definitely the reason we haven't seen him feature. He does not like the young boys. That is for sure.
It's not that he doesn't like the young boys. I mean, look, he's trying to invest into the team to make that club competitive. And then once that, he gave Lewis Miley a go. Miley has been outstanding for us and will become a massive player for us at one stage. But I think he is a player that we should be starting over Joelinton with Tonali and Bruno. I mean, if you play him week in, week out, you know where his form's going to be, and his playing style is just going to be going up. It's that simple. He can't go worse.
Yeah, no,
Lewis Miley, he's such a talent. He's actually such a talent.
No, I think
look, and he's only 20, mate. He's only 20.
He's 19, man. He's not even
19. There you go, mate. Like, he's not even 20 yet. Like, this kid's got such a massive future.
He's 6'1", built like a bloody giraffe. Once he fills out a bit, man, he's going to be a serious problem.
Serious baller, mate. Honestly,
you talk about Eddie Hearn type player. Anything over 6 foot, man, the starts for us at the moment. So, look, I wouldn't be surprised if Eddie starts scouting NBA players for striking positions in January.
Kevin Durant.
Get a 7'3" bloody bloke coming in, start him up top. Eddie would be over the moon, mate. We've got to start scouting the NBA.
No, mate. Look, Wembanyama, look, mate. You look like a pure talent, mate. Look, I think if you can jump that high, I reckon you can kick a ball. Come in.
No way, bro. If that bloke went for one header, he'd drop back down. Both his knees would just.
Hey,
snap,
honestly,
bro.
imagine getting Wemby and putting him as your goalkeeper. Surely nobody goes past that.
Knackered. Geordie Dan says Botman is having a bad game because he's worrying about BDB.
Yes,
Geordie Dan,
I agree.
Is a very, very, very good point, mate. This is a very similar point to what we brought up with the midfield 3 and Big Nick. At the moment, with our press at the moment, you see when Big Nick presses, he gets caught out of position very, very bad. So one of the midfield three obviously has to go a little bit further forward to try and make up for that press. And then you see Dan Burn always out of position. So it's usually Joelinton, whoever's on that left side, will drop into left back. And then Botman's obviously just monitoring that all the time. So his confidence, it's so much shifting. No one's really playing their natural position because everyone's bloody all over the place. So
I agree.
I do agree with you there, George.
Like I said, I think the way we are playing and the choices that he's made with the starting lineup has not helped. Has not helped our cause, definitely. Like he has stuffed up.
Yeah, no.
Like like I said, as much as I want him to stay, and as much as I love Eddie Howe, but there are some decisions that are questionable, definitely.
For sure. And then Paul Wright, expanding on the Burn Botman conversation we were having earlier. Paul Wright says Botman still starts ahead of Burn for me at centre back, but it's closer than people think. Burn is a quality centre back. 100%.
He is a quality centre back, yeah, definitely.
100%.
Yeah.
That speaks to the quality of Dan Burn. I think me and Sammy are probably both happy whoever starts alongside Malik Tiao in either one of those because they're just both such quality centre half. So it's good problems to have.
The only reason why I would start Botman is because he's got a bit more pace.
I agree with Sam. I think the age as well. Burns obviously getting a little bit older in age. So if you want to start a proper consistent partnership, you'd probably go with the younger.
And not just that. A lot of people are forgetting that he had an ACL injury. This is Van Botman. So like this is really his first full season back playing.
Yeah.
Because he didn't play last season. Only towards the end. Like I think the last 5 games he played, but like, he didn't play. Like this is his first full season since the season he actually signed for us. So you're gonna have to give him at least another few months just to get going again. And once he does, Botman was a beast when we first signed him, and I think that form will eventually come back.
No, I agree with you, mate. I do agree with you. Marco says,
Is this why you're laughing on the comment?
The comments have been bloody class tonight, guys. Yous are all bloody hilarious, each and every one of yous, and yous have all.
We got ourselves a comedy show, not a breakfast show.
Mate, we mix it up well. Yous are bloody good at football as well. Yous are all masterminds, so makes a very, very fun show. But Marco T says, is Howe giving Pope a 5-card shuffle under the table because in interviews he does not seem to be keen on replacing him with Ramsdale. This is what I'm saying, man. I think a few of these players might have a little bit of blackmail on Eddie because all of them are not getting bloody substituted and no one else is getting a chance. So
what do they have blackmail on it? Like, what could Eddie Howe have done that they've got it on?
It's the quiet ones you got to watch out for, man. It's the quiet.
Who's quiet?
Ones.
Are you talking about Eddie Howe?
Yeah, he's got a little secret that the boys have got on him, mate. A little bit of blackmail. Mark, I like your conspiracy theory, mate. I like it very much.
That's why we've got no secrets because, mate, we just don't stop talking.
What else do we have, guys? It is approaching the end of the show, so we will finish off the show with all of your comments, guys. Once again, if I could remind you, please like the video, guys. It goes such a long way for the channel and me and Semi. And just allows us to keep doing these breakfast shows. So if we could get a like, guys, we very much appreciate it. And thank you, guys, for all your comments.
Guys. Thanks.
It's been a ripper show. The mighty win is back. And he says, Marco, isn't it funny that whenever a team goes through a bad patch, those who aren't in the team are suddenly perceived to be the better players? 100% win, mate. Everything in football is recency bias. You've seen how Eddie has transformed this club. I said everything in football is just a recency bias.
No. I'm saying, like, who is he talking about?
Oh, he's just talking about all the players who are on the bench, who haven't been
like
getting much minutes. I don't know, man. Like anyone, name bloody whoever.
Come on, Win.
On the bench.
What are you talking about? No. Like,
no, I know what he's saying.
I know. I'm gonna ask you. All right, who's a better player, Gordon or Barnes?
I don't think it's that far off for me.
Who's a better? I'll ask you a simple question. It's either Barnes or Gordon. Who's a better player for you?
Gordon.
Gordon's a better player. So you're going to start your best players. That's what you're going to do. But where he's not starting his best players is Dan Burn being at left back that is an atrocious decision. And then you had the England number 2 on the bench, and you're not starting him either. That's where you look at
Yeah,
it and
but
you
what a
start
dumb
thinking,
thing.
okay, like these are the subs that you should be making and actually starting. Don't tell me that Barnes should be starting over Gordon, because he shouldn't.
What do you mean by just because he's a better player now? What, that just gives him the license to start every
No,
game of
it doesn't give
football,
him the
whatever?
license. No, but what team have you seen not always play their best players? It's
Best
like you
players,
saying,
man. It's time
no. It's
dependent.
like
It's form
you telling
dependent.
me, okay, the Lakers have got LeBron James, but you know what? We're gonna sit LeBron James on the bench. Why?
Yeah, well, if LeBron James is shooting 20 from 80 and he's playing bloody like Dross
It's
for 3
LeBron
weeks, then
James. You're still
obviously someone.
playing him.
Yeah, but man, you've just given me the
But that
best
bloke is
player
gonna
to ever
slam
play a
dunk on you, bro.
sport.
Just relax. No. But I'm being serious, man. Like you're always gonna go and play your best players. You don't say Arsenal. Oh, you know what? Declan Rice hasn't been playing well so far. So you know what? Let's just not start him. Like you're not gonna
But
say it.
surely you can understand what Wynn's trying to say, though.
I do get what he's trying to say.
Like whoever's on the bench and is not
I
playing
think there's
regular
a
minutes.
couple. I think a couple of those players should be changed. Yes, but
Yeah.
the majority of that starting lineup is our best players, so they should be starting.
Yeah, no, I do get what you mean.
Come on, Win. You know what? I'm gonna jump on I'm gonna jump on the evening show, mate. Oh, yeah. There's gonna be a mouthful for me, mate.
You'll do nothing, mate. You'll do bloody nothing. Paul Wright says Eddie will never play a 10, in my opinion. 4-3-3 is all he knows.
Well, you know what? He's gonna have to. I mean, that's the only way this team's gonna work, because Voldemort can't play a 4-3-3. It doesn't work for him.
Well, Paul's right, mate. That quote wasn't very long ago when Eddie says that we don't play with a number 10.
It's because we don't have one. That's why. Unless what you do, you push up Bruno. Yeah, you can push Bruno like you said from before.
Yeah, you can also play Willick as a number 10. I think Ramsey you can probably play a little bit further forward. So I think all those 3 players can do a job at number 10 if he wants to play that system.
Well, we need to play that system, because this system that he's trying to play, it's not working. Well, we can clearly see.
I do agree with you. Trills, welcome back to the show. It is nice to see you back on board, mate. Haven't seen you yet this show, so a very, very warm welcome to you and good morning, mate. What else do we have? Marco saying Ashby isn't as bad as people say, mate. I think that's what the general consensus is about Ashby at the moment, based off what I'm reading. And then we've
look. I can't really say much about Ashby. I mean, like I haven't seen him really play, so I mean, it's been 3 seasons since I've seen him play, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm under the same boat with that, unfortunately, guys. I haven't seen him play much, but obviously when we signed him, a lot of big things I did hear about him. And then I'll just try and rapid fire through these questions, guys, because we are getting to the end of the show. Once again, I do apologize if I've missed them. I'm pretty far behind. But Trull says, we are so bad because Howe doesn't rotate players for different games. 100%, mate. That's a very, very good reasons. The Mighty Win says it was Harrogate's first team, literally men against boys. Yeah, let's not forget that, guys. It was the Harrogate, full strength first team squad. Versus the under-21s was in bloody horrible conditions, absolutely knackered down with rain. So 3-1 is definitely not a bad result for the young boys. Like Win says, it was against proper men. Marco says, Win 21 should be doing better if they have any aspirations of getting into the first team. But like Win said, mate, when you're versing 100%. A bunch of bloody giants, it's very, very hard. But quality should win in most games.
But there's some players as well that we haven't really seen that we signed that we had big raps on, like Alfie Harrison, for example. Like I haven't seen anything from him. I haven't heard anything from him either.
I think Ashby actually set up a goal for him the other game, coming back from injury.
For Harrison? Apparently there was massive raps on this kid that I don't know.
There was.
I haven't seen much of him.
He was a massive player.
Yeah.
Harrison, yeah. No, he was
for Manchester City. I'm sure we signed him for Manchester City from memory.
I used to sign that bloke in Football Manager, bro. He had a bloody high potential. He had high potential. Yeah, no. I thought out of all of the recent players we've signed, he was probably going to be the
one that stood out, right?
Yeah, I 100% agree with it.
It wasn't Grand Cru. It wasn't Grand Cru. I'll tell you this now. Grand Cru.
Definitely not.
No.
Definitely
He's not even at Newcastle anymore. We sold him.
Yeah. I think Kim Cam talking on the Kieran Trippier contract renewal for this season. He says, you do not get rid of leadership quality before replacing it, but Newcastle always go the wrong way. Look, mate, Lascelles probably going at the end of the season. Trippier probably going at the end of the season. Shah as well, probably looking like he's going to go at the end of the season.
We need reinforcements, mate.
We need leaders. We need elder figures at the club. So that's a very good comment by you, mate. I think it is.
Yeah, but we've got too many of them.
Yeah.
Like there's too much of them. I mean, I think we're one of the most aging squads in the league.
Well, we're pretty young everywhere else besides defense.
Everywhere else, yeah. But I'm saying, I think most 30 plus players, I think we've got that. I think from memory.
Yeah, well, our defense is literally responsible for all of that.
For all that, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
that's a place we're going to need to heavily invest in.
Yeah, but good point, Gavin. You don't get rid of any leaders without You can't replace all of those lads with bloody 20-year-olds because it just.
No, of course, no. You need leaders in your team, 100%.
Yeah, I'm not doing a Manchester United. Class of 91 through.
Or Chelsea. That's the reason why I think Chelsea don't do very well. Is because they don't have those leaders in their team, even though they've gone and they've spent £1 billion.
No, 100%. Truls saying we don't need height, we need quality to get to the next stage, mate. You try to tell that to Eddie, you will be slapped in the face and sent on a train back home, mate. It's height over quality for Eddie these days, mate. Marco saying the only negative thing about Ramsdale is he is a puncher and not a catcher, but he's a better puncher than Pope. Pope's wrist, mate, I'm telling you.
Yeah, because Pope touches the air most of the time.
But he's got arthritis in his wrist. It goes limp. He's been doing a few extracurricular activities at night too much because his wrists are just bloody knackered, mate.
Pope?
Yeah, man. Punching balls. His punches are friggin' shocking lately.
Mate, he misses the ball. Like, he can't even jump to get to the ball.
It's freaking.
I mean, did you see the goal that we considered our first goal against bloody Brentford? That was all Pope's fault. It wasn't from the long throw. It's because he mistimed his jump to punch the ball.
Yeah, 100%. Gog says, you two remind me of a young Gary and Win. Mate, let us know which one's who. Let us know which one is who. Foxy says, Australia versus Solomon, the Don Rondons of Venezuela in Houston. I didn't even know that, man.
What is it?
It shows you how Australia's playing tomorrow. This bloke told us Australia's playing tomorrow, and I didn't even bloody know. Yeah, guys.
Mate, look, to be honest with you, like, I don't think much, like a lot of people here down under care about the Socceroos unless it's like. Yeah. Man, I'm telling you, I think most of these people don't know who plays for us. I couldn't tell you, mate. I honestly couldn't tell you. And I watch a lot of football.
Yeah. In Australia, guys, our women's national team is like 10
It's more known. I swear to God.
Yeah, I'm not even joking. Like, our women's national team, like in Australia, that sells out 80,000. I'm not even joking. Like, there's a women's team sells out 80,000.
Everyone wants to go see Sam Kerr.
Bro, when the Socceroos play, it's like 13 blokes from like down the road at a local Sunday league pitch watching the Socceroos. So Australia is in the mud at the moment, guys. But it's good to see the girls play. We've got some bloody very, very good girls at the moment. Lynn on the contract extension, she said, should keep Trips another year just for leadership as a squad player. I'd love to get him in a coaching role. The rest I'd let go. Very good point by Lynn there, to be honest. I think if you're going to get rid of Shah, Lascelles, Kraft, then you can probably keep one of those four. And look, I think
just leadership sort of thing. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, if you're going to keep one of the four, you'd probably keep Trips.
Look, if you get, it's either Trips or Lascelles. They're the two that you most likely keep.
Yeah, no, guaranteed.
Yeah, but they're both our co-captains and so. Yeah.
Yeah, no, 100%. Thomas Clerk says, biggest downgrade in history going from R9 to Richarlison. Yeah, bloody criminal. What else do we have here? Sorry, guys, I'm just trying to quickly pump through all the ones that I have missed before the end of the show. All the comments tonight has been bloody unreal, guys. We do appreciate it.
Yeah, it's been a solid show, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, and thanks to you guys. You definitely make
Yeah,
the show.
definitely commenting some sense in some nonsense at the same time.
It's all we want on the breakfast show is a good balance. But Trull says the worst thing about Howe is he doesn't give youth a chance. Give them minutes. So that's the only way they can be looked at. That's what Semi says. You can't get better if you don't play. So very, very good.
Yeah, we definitely need the players that we think, like Lawson Wiley, definitely needs to play. Oh, come on, read the comment. You're already laughing at the comments, go.
Harple Red says, Cozza, get the soundboard out, mate. Mate, I can't even bloody operate this stream. If I start getting out soundboards and everything like that, this stream is not lasting.
Mate, honestly, that is something that you got to work on, Coz. Like I said, if somebody comes up with a bad comment, just add that toilet flush, mate. I can see you would have flushed that one, mate.
Harple also says, my favourite Aussie show since Home and Away and Neighbours. Mate, they're the two
I haven't watched
worst.
them away for 20 years.
Mate, they're the two worst shows in the history of
That's
television, mate.
God.
So I'd hope would be better than those two bloody insults of television.
Oh, God.
I must say, the UK, absolutely the best TV shows ever made, bro. They are unreal at shows.
Easy, mate.
The
easy.
UK
They've got
is
some
unreal.
bangers, don't they?
Oh, you guys make some good content. I love watching British shows, honestly.
Even the British comedy, man. British comedy is pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Other than Cow Barron from us, mate. Cow Barron's pretty decent for us, but other than that, no one's as good as him. Cow Barron.
I feel like the Aussies and the British were very well aligned in our comedy likings. Trull says last season there were signs we could turn it around. This season I don't see the same, hence why I'm worried. Very, very good point. Very, very good point.
If there's somebody that can turn it around, is Eddie Howe. Like, I'm not worried that he can't turn it around because we've got quality players in our side. I mean, if these players don't turn it around, it just shows you what sort of players we have.
Yeah, no, guaranteed. Well,
you know what I mean? Are they going to be gutless or are they going to actually start performing? So come on, guys, get your head out of the gutter and let's go.
Yeah, well, Eddie's done it before. He can do it again. We have faith. Mighty Win saying, someone said yesterday that Cordero fell out with the manager. Very interesting what's happened with Cordero. Looked like he was going to be a very, very good player over in Spain. I think he's in the Belgian league now with...
and apparently he's not starting much either.
Yeah, Waterloo or something like that. I apologise if I've got that wrong, but very interesting because I haven't seen Cordero feature much. So if that is the case, I wonder if we'll recall him. But yeah, one to look out for. What else? Geordie says, I'd love if they offered Trips a coaching position. 100%, mate. He's got a proper football.
Yeah, and coach Livramento to cross the ball. Yes, I agree.
Yeah, 100%. Well, we'll do two.
Yeah, you know what? If
guys.
there's one thing that Livramento doesn't know how to do, is actually cross a ball. He doesn't know how to whip it, yeah? Was it just me?
Yeah. I think he's got a decent cross aim, but I think you could definitely bloody improve on it.
No, like he doesn't know how to whip it. Like if him coming onto it, he doesn't know how to whip a ball.
Yeah. Something.
But you know what I was thinking about the other day, Cos? Mate, you know we don't even have a free kick taker. Like, who will take our free kicks if we ever do get one?
Trips, man. He used to be a bloody baller at free kicks.
Trippier's last free kick came 2 seasons ago, and I don't think we've scored since then off a free kick.
I don't think that's just a Newcastle problem, man. I can't remember any club like a recognised free kick taker who's banging them in regularly.
What do you mean?
Like, there's no, I don't see any players.
Every club's got a free kick taker. We just don't have one.
But you don't see anyone scoring free kicks, like proper old school free kicks, like Roberto Carlos, all these players, James Ward-Prowse.
This bloke going around 10-player walls. Relax.
Bro, you don't even have to go.
No one's going to be Roberto Carlos, but like, relax. Like, no, I'm saying, like, at least Trippier was a decent bloody free kick taker. Like, at least I knew if Trippier was going to take our free kicks, at least I knew, you know what, it's getting close. Now we get a free kick, I'll be like, mate, please pass the ball.
Mate, I'd rather a bloody throw-in. I'd rather a throw-in than a free kick.
I'd rather a throw-in. Yeah, because they land more in the box than the free kick does.
It's more bloody effective.
We'll
get to 2 more comments, guys, and then we'll probably end the show because we've gone 10 minutes over time. So Chul says, Cordero should be called home, in my opinion, and we should sack Shola. He is an awful loan manager. Well, I've seen a lot of criticism for Shola as his position as him managing all the loans. So, look, there's been a lot of change in the backroom staff. So if I see him go, there's a 100-day review coming up as well, guys. Let's not forget. So we'll probably see
there is going to be I reckon there is going to be a few to go out that door, to be honest. And I wouldn't mind if we do replace Shola and maybe with somebody better that's actually more professional at doing that job. Like, as much as I like having old players in the club and that sort of stuff, sometimes they're not the best at doing the job that you want them to do. So, and I think Shola's failed at that.
I agree with you, Sammy boy. I definitely agree with you. But guys, that does conclude the show today on the Breakfast Show. Guys, one of my favorite shows of the Breakfast Show. This one, you guys, little community that we're building here on the Breakfast Show is unreal. Definitely. The NUFC Talk TV community is just bloody unreal. So many quality people, and you just make the show what it is.
100%.
Guys, if I could please get you all to like the comment. And when we end the live stream, if you guys have a little bit of time spare, if you could maybe just leave a comment. It just shows Chris that we're doing a somewhat decent job and all of the at UFC Talk TV. So yeah, once again, guys, appreciate it so much. You are all bloody legends. We love doing it. Anything from you, Sammy boy?
Thanks, guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning. And away the lads.
Away the lads. Oh, and Sheila, thank you very much for the super chat. And just a few people I want to shout out: Gavin, Darren, Colton, Queen, Marco.
The mighty win, mate. You can't forget the mighty win. The mighty win was a bloody baller today.
Truls, Harple. Guys, I'm sorry if I've missed your name, Darren. There was a lot of yous today, but yous honestly are the best, guys. But that is all from us here on The Breakfast Show. Please like and comment, guys, and we'll see you early morning tomorrow. Take care, lads.
Have a great day.
And lasses.
And lasses.
Early in the morning. Wakey, eggs and bacon.
And UFC Breakfast with Corey Cotter and Sam Zayden. Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. UK. And UFC Talk Radio, the voice of the Toon Army.